this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Buccaneers of Maritime, led by head coach Jeremy Cameron.
A beautiful day for football, a beautiful day for a rivalry. Bears, Buccaneers, the fight continues. It's the 43rd annual Cranberry Bowl presented by A&A Metro Transportation. The Bears of Bridgewater State University playing host to the Buccaneers of Massachusetts Maritime Academy. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Swenson Field on the campus of Bridgewater State University. I'm Matt Donahue.
And I'm Will Nicholson.
It's the 48th meeting all-time between these two squads. One of the biggest football fights in southeastern Massachusetts, a rivalry dating back to 1974. And so far, the Bears have been in full control. They lead the all-time series 34-12-1, including 16-5. Here in Bridgewater. Last time these two sides met up, 2021, the Bears won that one 35-7. It's a streak that they're looking to continue so far, Will.
Yeah, definitely. Cahoon played great in that matchup they had last time, too. He threw for 319 yards and 3 touchdowns, so we're for a great one today. Bridgewater's also coming off a tight win versus Framingham State last week, so we were looking for the Bears to come out fast today, and it's a great matchup overall.
James Cahoon, who was the MVP last year during the Cranberry Bowl, took home the Lee Harrington Trophy as his prize. 319 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game. He's looking to improve on it even further here today, but the Buccaneers are looking to save their season at all if they can. They come into this game 3-6 on the year, including 3-4 in conference play. Bears, meanwhile, 5-4 on the year. They're looking to stay above 500, but they are a decisive 5-2 in the MASCAC.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and direct your attention to the 20-yard line for the colors of the nation. Representing the colors for this afternoon's game, please welcome Cadet Connor North, Cadet Cole Pulley, Cadet Joe Carey, and Cadet Mark Gunther. Members of Boston University's Army ROTC Charles River Battalion, of which Bridgewater State University is a proud member. Playing the national anthem today is BSU's band.
Presentation of the colors from Boston University's ROTC program, of which Bridgewater is part. Certainly this game comes, of course, a day after Veterans Day, a day on which we honor the service of our military men and women. Thank them very much for that service. And today, a day on which we as well celebrate the continuation, as we mentioned, of this tradition between Bridgewater State and Mass Maritime, a fiercely contested rivalry. But the Bears are looking to keep up their hot streak.
Yeah, definitely been a great rivalry over the years. Like you said, the Bears lead the series all-time 34-12 with one tie in there. And the Bears, again, coming off a really big win off of last week. And it's a great MASCAC matchup. Also, one player to note who didn't play in the last Cranberry Bowl was Adam Couch, who did not play. And he's been a workhorse all year for the Bears. So we're hoping to see him put in some work today. He has 978 rushing yards on the year to go along with 9 touchdowns, 264 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown receiving. So he's definitely going to play a factor today.
Couch is a guy who sees a whole lot of mileage on the ground.
He definitely is, and he's been great for them all year, just able to, get the work going on the ground, being a real workhorse, able to really get that offense going once you start getting that run going. Mix some play action in there has opened up the passing game a lot.
Drake kicks it off. Not a whole lot of airtime at all. Grabbing it for the Buccaneers is Vieira. Rolling up, and he is stuffed right about the 17. A humble gain for the Buccaneers, and we're underway here at Swenson Field. And specifically underway is Mark Murphy, starting at QB for the Bucs today. 1,847 yards on the year. And he's looking to tack on quite a few more. And that went nowhere.
Yeah, a little run to start the game, didn't go anywhere. Also, the notable running back for the for Mass Maritime, Jaleel Johnson, who has 375 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns on the team, and he's got 272 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. He's also number 2 on his team in receiving.
That was Cassidy who went down on the TFL. Or no gain is the call. 2nd and 11 on your screen, but the PA said no gain. Either way, Buccaneers finding themselves in some early trouble. Murphy, another handoff. And getting very, very little again is Cassidy.
It looks like they tried to do something off to the edge there, get in space, but great job by the Bridgewater defensive ends here, able to set the edge, forced him outside, and really no gain on that one.
James Cassidy averages 3.7 yards a carry, but he's barely gotten any of that so far. 3rd and 6 for the Bucks. They sit at their own 32.
This would be a great stop for Bridgewater early in this game to have a 3-and-out, force a punt, and get the ball into your senior quarterback's hands early.
Murphy, the pass play, airs it out, trying to hit just off the hand of Charlie Naylor.
That was great coverage there by number 29, Brandon Medeiros. Forced him right down the sideline and made that ball really uncatchable the way he was covering it. So we're going to see a punt here coming out of Mass Maritime. And, I mean, this is exactly following the script if you're Bridgewater, exactly what you want. 2 runs don't really go anywhere. They try and air it down on 3rd, and great defense overall. So we'll see a punt.
Wright is the deep man for the Bears. Receives at his own 30. He's rolling. Correction, who I thought was Wright was in fact number 83, Donovan, the wide receiver, who is not typically a returner. Occasionally. Usually they put Wright or Gilsey and Tucker out there, but Donovan getting the work today, and he puts the Bears in not so terrible territory.
Spotted right around the Bears' own 40 here. So we're going to see the offense now for Bridgewater coming out. Senior captain, James Cahoon. He's got about 2,000 yards on the year, a little bit over.
He relies on the run game a lot, and it works for him. He does it there. Who else? Adam Couch, but he doesn't get very much at all.
That looks like just a nice run up the middle. Doesn't go anywhere, though. Again, Adam Couch, been just a workhorse for the Bears all year. So we'll see if he can stay involved here. They can get him going.
Couch, their leading carrier, and it's not even close. But no gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Cahoon goes for the pass play instead, trying to duck around. Wants his man through the hands of Nocera.
It was a hard play right there. Cahoon did a great job stepping up in the pocket when that pressure came, and didn't deliver a bad ball, it looks like, but just went through the hands there. So we're going to have a 3rd and long coming out here.
3rd and 10. Bears looking for any gain they can grab. Cahoon looking to the sideline for instructions. Another pass play. Goes more conservative. Couch catches.
So he's going to be short on that one.
Probably about 4th and 2.
I think this is, if you're Bridgewater, I think this is 4-down territory. You're in a big, Cranberry Bowl game, 4th and 2. You got Adam Couch and you got Cahoon back there, but it looks like they do. Nope, they are going to stay on the field, actually.
Bears will huddle and consider their options, but it's sure looking like they're going to go for it on 4th. 4th and 1 is the spot. Cahoon, the handoff, just trying to muscle it out, and he cannot. Kopecki with the grab, but they stick right down at the 49. And it's a turnover on downs for Bridgewater State.
That's a play that they loved using last week. I believe Kopecki scored 2 touchdowns where they just had they put the tight end back at quarterback and had him do a little power, but unable to convert on that one. I like the aggressiveness, though, from Bridgewater. In a big game, 4th and 1 around the 50-yard line. That's one you want to go for, especially with the talent you have in the backfield.
2 possessions, 2 big stops, 1 for each of these units. And the Buccaneers will take over just barely in Bridgewater territory. Handoff, rolling with it. And a gain of a few for Jail Johnson.
Yeah, it looks like Mass Maritime's going to get going here. Try and get their guys going. That was a tough 3-and-out. Those first 2 runs didn't go anywhere. They tried and air it out. So maybe see the playbook open up a little bit here as they go into the 2nd drive.
Jail Johnson, the New Mexico native, is to these Buccaneers what Adam Couch is to the Bears. Really a stalwart on the run game. 2nd and 6. Play action. Trying to space it out and just gets it to Vieira.
Pressure was still good there for Bridgewater. I believe one of the defensive linemen actually made it through, but it's like he spun around the wrong way. But pressure was there for Bridgewater.
Not enough to move the chains, but they're darn close. Looking like 3rd and 1 from the Bridgewater State 40.
Another big 3rd down here. This is probably going to be 4-down territory for Mass Maritime too if they do not convert on this 3rd.
They're hoping to not even get to that point. 3rd and 1 at the Bears 40. Another handoff. This one to Mitchell.
I think they're going to give him the spot on that, give him the 1st down.
We're about to find out. That was Jonah Mitchell, the Floridian, on the carry.
It's a tough spot. They actually aren't going to give him the 1st down. They're going to say 4th and very short. Got to be inches at that point.
Big takedown by Bridgewater State. But the Buccaneers are going to go for it on 4th.
Coming out in this shotgun, they have the timeout's going to be taken. That run game's been working early, though. You saw they brought kind of like a fullback or tight end standing you're really behind the offensive line to give that extra push in. So that timeout, maybe Bridgewater's going to talk it over here.
10:04 left to go in the 1st quarter. Nobody has scored yet. Nobody's gone very far at all yet. Bucks are trying to change that right here, right now, but they sit at 4th and inches. We'll take you back to that last shot here, just short. On the run was Jonah Mitchell.
It's a great start from the Bears O-line, able to keep it 4th and short. And Maritime comes back on the field here, but I think we see the formula for both of these teams. Wanted to be aggressive around this 50-yard line, go for it on 4th.
4th and short, an emphasis on short. Mitchell really posed a threat there. 4th and inches coming up for the Buccaneers. Another handoff play, and they get him down. Huge TFL. And this time it's Mass Maritime's turn to turn it over on downs.
I believe that was Steven Sylvia, number 40 for the Bears, who went in there and made the 1st hit. And this was just a great job of penetration from the Bears defensive line. Handoff, running back tries to bounce it out a little bit wider here, and the Bears just do a great job of coming up and making that tackle. And another full, big, not 3 and out, but 4 and out from both defenses here as the Bridgewater offense takes the field.
It would mark Sylvia's 11th tackle for loss on the year. Cahoon passes it to his side, out of the hands. That one just escaped the grasp of Marcus Carpenter.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to drop right here. You're going to see on this is the type of play you like to get your quarterback in a rhythm. Nice quick pass out to a wide receiver, but drop there. So 2nd and 10 coming up for Bridgewater.
Cahoon may turn back to his old friend, the run game. We'll see. Under 10 to play in the opening quarter. No play action. Big shot. That one direct. Big pass to Kopecky.
It's also to be noted that Adam Couch is currently not out there. He's being treated on the sideline right now, so hopefully we see him come back into the game.
Couch, their primary runner. He sticks to the running game with Pointer instead on the carry.
Mentioned a little bit earlier how the Bridgewater run game really plays into their passing game. And on that last play we saw, big chunk play like that to get the 1st down, little play action. Receiver comes open right over the middle.
Cahoon the pass, he runs through himself. He's just going to hang on to it, slide down a little awkwardly. It looked like he was just short of the line to gain.
Yeah, it looks like Cahoon was looking for a little wheel route there, but Kopecky, see he comes in motion here. That's the first place that Cahoon's eyes are going to go. See it's not open, step up in the pocket. It makes something positive out of, really a broken down play.
Illegal substitution number 5 in the offense. Player can't come in, communicate, and leave. 5-yard third down.
Bears are going to get knocked back 5 yards. A penalty for illegal substitution. It was on Nocera, and he's going to come back into the game for real this time.
Get another big third down here for Bridgewater, and I think if they get anywhere close, they're going to go for this again.
3rd and 6 from the Bucks 41. Bears looking for a big play to avoid 4th down, excuse me. Cahoon, pass into the hands. Here's Pointer.
Gets it.
And he'll get that and then some.
Another great play from the Bears. You have about a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Cahoon's able to just drop back, stays poised, goes through his read, and it's a big-time receiver there, and they're able to pick up 1st down.
Very interesting to see this Bears offense willing to use running backs as receivers. We saw it with Couch on an earlier play. We saw it with Pointer right here for a crucial 1st down. This time he'll hand it off to Pointer. He's breaking. He's got some yardage. We'll see if they give him the 1st down. Looks like he was in that neighborhood. Don't know if they'll spot it, but it looks like they have.
Yeah, this is simple football right up the middle. Get your big guys to open up a hole, and that's a great run. Great job from the Bridgewater O-line, too, able to open that up.
Bridgewater pokes their way into the red zone for the first time this afternoon. Cahoon, another handoff to Pointer. Gets maybe a couple. Sure is looking like Pointer until and unless Couch comes back in. Pointer's going to be that run game guy.
Definitely. He's done a great job so far. Last run, hit that hole well. This one, too, there wasn't a whole lot there. Still turned it positive, though. Got around 2 on that run.
2nd and 8, but the Bears are in pretty favorable field position. Cahoon, another handoff. And that was not a whole lot of space at all.
Definitely not a whole lot. You'll see here he gets hit immediately in the backfield, but spins out of it a little bit, able to get a positive gain.
That was Isaiah Wright on the carry.
Another big 3rd down coming up here for Bridgewater. Again, I don't think they're going to kick the field goal here, so you'd assume they'd go for it even if they get a little bit close.
Wright averages 7.6 per carry, most of any running back on the team. Cahoon way overshoots his intended target. That was meant for Nocera, but went over his head.
Yeah, I think that's a miss one there. He was open on that play. Just a little bit overthrown there by Cahoon. This little slant route gets open, but yeah, that's tough.
Cahoon abides, and the kicking unit's out.
So clearly they are going to kick the field goal here.
Joey Nazo, the New Yorker, setting up for the work. Blocked.
Yeah, so that one gets blocked there. I think we actually saw last week versus Framingham. There was a blocked, I think it was an extra point attempt, but Framingham actually took that back for 2 points, so dead ball here. And it was right off that left edge.
Serious hops for Jack Mulligan from Newtown, Connecticut. And there will be no points for the Bears on this drive. What a block by Mulligan to escape without any danger.
Hey, Bridgewater defense is going to have to be, really dominant here again. First 2 drives, they shut down a 4th and short, and then the first one they got a 3 and out. So let's see if they can keep up that momentum they've had so far.
Bucks will take over at the Bears 20, handoff play. Here with a sizable pickup is Cassidy.
Number 26, Cassidy on the carry.
This play looks similar to what they ran in the first quarter. Just get a little running back going to the outside, but the edge gets set there for Maritime.
I think they're getting sick of losing. They're certainly playing like it so far. Cassidy earns the Bucks a fresh set of downs, and they'll pick this thing back up at their own 33. Murphy, play action, airing it out, trying to find over his intended target, Naylor, and it's incomplete. I have no doubt he did, but it's incomplete. So says the official. And it's 2nd and 10.
Wanted a flag on that one. Another, great defensive stand from Bridgewater. Safety comes over the middle, and ball didn't get there, but he was still in position. So ball could have easily been knocked out, even if it was caught.
2nd and 10.
It's Charlie Naylor who wanted a flag, by the way, on that.
Who doesn't want a flag in that kind of position?
He might have had a case for it, too.
Handoff, bottled up.
Number 0, Johnson on the carry.
That was Johnson.
Another great job from the Bridgewater defensive line.
3rd and 9.
Anything that tries to go up the middle, stuffed immediately.
Johnson got 1 yard on the play, and it's 3rd and 9 for Mass Maritime.
Maritime's almost definitely going to look for the air here.
Murphy, play action, looking for his man, airs it out again,
Picked.
Intercepted! Zach Souza said no way.
It's a great play by Souza. Again, we saw on the play earlier, safety coming over the top, ball gets to try to get fit in between those two defenders, the safety in the corner, and Souza just makes an athletic play, able to pick that right out of the air.
Souza's 3rd interception of the year. And the Bears are back at the controls. What a play. 5:11 to go in the first. Nobody on the board. But it's already intense here at Swenson Field. Handoff, who else but Pointer, and he's going to get some. Keeps going, easily the first down. Looks like he went down around the 50.
At Bridgewater offense, even though they didn't get points on that last possession, you saw positivity out of every single one of their drives. You see it here again, nice run.
They're going to give him a generous spot at Mass Maritime's 49. Another handoff, again to Pointer, and this time he's going to go down for a loss.
Pointer on the carry. Also 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 from the 50-yard line.
Lost a yard, 2nd and 11 from exactly midfield. Adam Couch, their usual run game hero, with his leg propped up on the bed. Not liking to see that. Hope he's good. Play action. Cahoon looking for his man. Nocera ducking, and he's just going to stick around with about 5 or 6.
Yeah, you like to see him maybe turn it up, get upfield there, but still, great play from Bridgewater. You saw a lot of they played pretty much 2 safeties there that just dropped back, kind of daring Cahoon to go deep, but just checks it down right to a receiver there.
Nocera can be a space guy. He averages 11.2 a reception. 3rd and 3. Cahoon going out deeper. Dumping.
Yeah, the first down there.
Easily a first down. That was Donovan with the grab. Drew Donovan, an interesting story. Just a freshman, but a wide receiver who's already seeing considerable contact with this Bears squad. He's been very useful in several games for Bridgewater State. 8.6 yards a reception on average.
Definitely a great piece you want to have on your offense. And like you said, as a freshman, so he's just going to continue to get better every single year.
Someone they're going to look to build on in that pass game. Fresh set of downs. Another handoff fake. Ooh. Carpenter gets knocked to the deck. Ouchie.
Yeah. Big hit on that one.
Pass attempted number 14, Carpenter, broken up by number 22, Hines.
That was the work of Liam Hines from Quincy, who broke up that one. 2nd and 10. Bears looking to poke their way back into the red zone. Cahoon getting sideline instructions. Play clock is down to 10. Trickling low, and now we're underway. Handoff there to Carpenter. Interesting play that isn't usually made with Carpenter, the wide receiver.
14, Carpenter on the carry.
But they did it.
I think they were looking to the sideline there. It looks like either a linebacker or safety on that left side started to creep up like he was blitzing, so maybe a check there, maybe an audible.
Carpenter, who usually works in the air, gets it for 4 on the ground, and it's 3rd and 6 from the 30-yard line for Bridgewater State. pass. Dumped off. That was a big shot to Akincheye.
Cahoon's pass complete to number 8, Akinchi.
Again, just a great play. You have single coverage. It's a play that Cahoon missed earlier. Just send a guy on a slant when he's got single coverage. So great job able to convert that time.
Bears trying to stay on the march. Fresh set of downs. Cahoon the pass across. Akinchi again. And he's going to get about 6.
Bridgewater now enters the red zone.
Bears in the red zone for the second time today. First time got forced into a kick attempt that was blocked. A hugely athletic play by Mulligan. This time they're looking not to repeat that. 2nd and 5. Handoff to right. And he gets nothing.
Yeah, the one kind of goes nowhere. They might be telling Cahoon again, you're in 4-down territory, so. 2nd and 5, see what you can get up the middle. Doesn't get a whole lot though.
He gets nothing at all, in fact. It's no gain on the play. And it's 3rd down and 5 for the Bears. Cahoon and company trying to post the first points of the day by either team. Little over a minute to play in the half, in the quarter, excuse me, and Cahoon's pass misses Nocera.
That was a tough look again. It's probably something they wanted. Drew right up. And it's like Nocera might have been open there, but a missed opportunity. And looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here, so they will be going for this.
They're going to stick it out. 4th and 5. Minute 10 to play in the first quarter here at Swenson Field. And the Bears are about to take a big leap of faith.
And there's a timeout.
Mass Maritime burns its 2nd timeout really early. Still late in the first quarter.
I think it's worth noting here that we saw James Cahoon get up from the athletic table, we saw Adam Couch get up from the athletic table, and he has one of his cleats off and he's on crutches, so looking like he's probably not coming back for the rest of the game, at least for now, we'll see, but you can see there, one cleat off, right foot wrapped.
Couch is their ground game this season. You can see the stats there, 9 touchdowns, closing in on 1,000 yards, probably would have had it today.
That's unlucky for the Bears, but you're in this situation now. You have Pointer, so offense has looked good so far. You just got to keep that momentum going.
Worth noting, it's senior day here at Bridgewater State as well. Celebrating not only Cahoon, who's a senior, but also Couch, among others. Nocera, Torres, 2 wide receivers. We see a lot of work, a whole lot of seniors on this squad who are going to be dearly missed next year. 4th and 5. Bears take the leap. Cahoon, and he's going to get it off just barely, and it's intercepted into the waiting arms of Kevin Paul.
That was a tough play. Cahoon didn't have anything open down there. Pretty much everyone was covered and the pressure got to him, so trying to throw up a prayer, but it's going to be intercepted.
Maybe the worst way this could have ended for Bridgewater State.
I can't blame Cahoon there. If you're in that 4th and 5, you got to throw that ball regardless.
Paul scoops his 2nd interception of the season.
So Bridgewater unable to capitalize on a turnover there. But the defense, has been great so far. They're actually backed all the way up, so we have some discussion going on the field.
Word in the booth is the ball was spotted incorrectly. They're going to sort this out. But regardless of location, it'll be a new set of downs for the Buccaneers. That timeout paid off after all.
They're inside around 10 here, and this Bridgewater defense has been great, so let's see if they can make a stand.
Right around their 6. Murphy, the handoff.
Stuffed.
Going nowhere. That was Mitchell on the carry.
Hey, you can see this gap just gets shot right there. No one picks him up. He's able to get right down where that back is trying to get to the outside. And
that was a big stop by Cataldo. He's want to do that. Dan Cataldo, the defensive lineman, can lay down some big shots when he wants to. And it's a pretty sizable TFL. 2nd and 14 for the Buccaneers.
I think if you're the Buccaneers, you want to get anything positive right now. Maybe not even get the first down, but, I mean, to get your punter some room, not be in the end zone.
Well, anything negative would be a safety at this point. 2nd and 10, Murphy, space. That one works. Big pass to Vieira.
Should be a first down.
And it's going to move the chains. And this one coming up, if we get to it, no, they won't.
A little risky. They come play action there, and Murphy actually gets hit, able to get off, good enough ball for the reception to be had. So it's going to be a first down, Maritime, and bring us to the end of our first quarter.
1 quarter is down, but what a game it is. Still scoreless between the Bucs and the Bears here at Swenson Field. It's the 43rd annual Cranberry Bowl, brought to you by A&A Metro Transportation. Some scenes from the party here at Swenson Field. 2nd quarter just about to start.
That's definitely a beautiful day for football, too. Who knew? 70 degrees in November in New England. Who would have thought?
Wasn't so beautiful when I got here this morning. It was pouring
Definitely
buckets. This is much more conducive football weather. 1st and 10, he drops it. Murphy dropped it. And we'll see if they recovered or if the Bears are going to get this one deep in Buccaneer territory.
From where the refs were spotted, it's looking like that it was probably recovered by Murphy there.
Murphy got a grip on it. Quick thinking. Good play relative to what happened. But it's going to cost the Buccaneers a down and some yardage. 2nd and 13.
They were able to overcome a long drive on this drive already, so see if they can keep that up.
2nd and 13 from around the 14-yard line. He's going to space that one out. Looked like it was Johnson, the running back, who grabbed it, but he's not going to get very much at all. That's going to be a loss.
Great instincts from your corners and your linebackers here. Bridgewater. Ball comes up immediately up right in there. Cause a ruckus and get a tackle for loss, it looked like on that.
Bears defense laying the smackdown, and it's 3rd and long for the Bucs.
So last time they got in this situation, it was an interception. We had 3rd down, you had to go through the air.
Any punting at this point without a completion would be from deep, and that's going to be a false start.
Yep. Right on that right sideline there was the movement.
5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So now if you're Maritime, you're even further backed up here.
3rd and 21.
At this point, I mean now, but you're in this situation, do you even go to the air, or do you run it, try and get your punter some room?
Bucs are going to remain optimistic, I would imagine. 3rd and very long. They're going to run it.
Oh, he's got room.
Here's Johnson, and he's working.
Oh, my God.
He's really working. Makes a couple men miss. He's going to get first down and a lot more. Holy smokes. Jail Johnson.
It's a great run from Johnson there. You can see this play, it doesn't really look like they're trying to get much out of it, just some room. Gets the handoff, gap opens up, and I mean, this cut when he gets to the second level here, makes two guys miss and slip, and from there he just outruns everyone to get the first down. So that's one way to get out of your own territory. Give it to Jail Johnson and let him go to work.
Johnson averages 44.5 or so yards a game. He probably got most of it right there. Fresh set of downs, right around the 48. Handoff, rolling up. Easy first down for Cassidy. He's going to get even more. Deep, deep, deep into Bear territory.
I got to give credit to this Buccaneers O-line. See, big man pulls there, able to open up a gap. Gets by the Bridgewater linebacker, gets to the secondary, and to the second level, they got to make him go out of bounds.
Cassidy making Madden moves, and the Bucs are going to be working from the Bridgewater State 22.
I see some momentum here for Mass Maritime. Two plays really just got you pretty much the whole length of the field.
Murphy keeps it. Running up.
Who's chirping you?
And he'll pick up probably about half the down.
Tell the people to zip it.
Didn't even look like that was a design run there. Looks like everything just broke down. He decided to take it himself. Go through the reads, nothing there. Step up in the pocket. Again, making something positive out of nothing.
They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. But Murphy tried to make the most of it there. He picked up 4 on that keeper. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Buccaneers, but man, have they had a momentous couple of plays leading up to this.
One of the guys that came up here, he's like, I coached one. I'll tell him.
Back to the ground.
Be my guest.
Oh.
Well,
So
it gets him a couple.
Number 1, Mitchell on the carry.
That was Jonah Mitchell.
3rd and short here. You got to think they got to go back to the ground at this point. Just been amazing for them.
3rd and 2 from the 14-yard line.
It's going to be 3rd and 2. At Bridgewater's 14, they are moving well onto Bears soil. He's going to throw it. Murphy looking for his outlet. Broken up, interception! 2nd of the day for Zachary Souza.
Great coverage by the Bears again. You know, Murphy's in the pocket, he doesn't see anything there. You can see he goes to roll out here. Again, play action, going through his reads, doesn't see anything, tries to get outside of the pocket. And, you know, great job getting the pressure on. Ball gets tipped and intercepted, and that's just another big stop for Bridgewater.
2 quarters, 2 picks for Zachary Souza. And this Buccaneers possession is over.
From the 6-yard line.
We got to see Bridgewater do something good here on offense, though. They are now the ones who are backed up in their own end.
They're going to be starting from their own 6. And I would imagine Mass Maritime is angry. Cahoon the handoff.
Looks like it's good for about 4 there. Really wasn't much that happened on this play. Tried to shoot it right up the gut. It's a little bit of hole there. He was able to get some positive yardage, but
They're going to give him 5. You kind of shorted him on the guesstimate
I
there.
did actually. So that little lean forward got him maybe an extra yard or 2.
PA said 2nd and 5. Scoreboard on our screen says 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6 looks like it's where they're going to actually be working from. They're at their 10. Maybe you were right after all. Cahoon looking for his outlet. Trying to find a direct interception. That couldn't have been uglier. And finally getting stopped. That one was right to Mulligan.
Definitely a tough interception there.
He's blocked a kick, and now he's got a pick.
You can see Cahoon here, play action, try to see something downfield, and you know, stayed in the pocket a little bit too long. Threw that, ball was inaccurate. There was a lot of defenders actually in the area. The intended receiver, which was number 82, McCarthy.
Would you believe that's Mulligan's first interception of the year?
I
And he
will
got
not
it during the
let you say
Cranberry Bowl?
been great today, too. Like you said, the block kick earlier.
Jack Mulligan with 2 huge defensive plays just in this first half, and the Buccaneers will take over deep in Bridgewater territory.
Yeah, both offenses have been just gifted great opportunities here, so we'll see if, Maritime can respond.
Couple of yards for Johnson on the carry.
Number 0, Johnson on the carry.
And it's essentially 2nd and goal.
And Maritime likes to use this little tight end or fullback. It's kind of the Kyle Juszczyk role, I guess you could say, where they line him up in the backfield and just have him really be a bowling ball for that running back to get going.
2nd down and goal to go from the 5-yard line. And the Buccaneers are looking to draw first blood.
I don't know what my brain was thinking.
Murphy the pass, and he's down.
Great sack.
Flag on the play.
We'll
But it could be a sack by Lewis Casey, but the marker is down, and we'll see exactly what's going on here.
Looks like discussion going on. I wonder what they're going to call, because it was in the backfield of Maritime, and it was thrown right around when the sack happened, so maybe he hit him high, maybe they called a hold. It's like discussion going on right now, but yeah, you can see the sack here, just great pressure. Able to come right up the middle. He just finds the gap and pressure right there, so they might call maybe high here. You hit him high, but I don't know. I honestly don't even know.
Somebody's in trouble, either way.
We know that for sure.
If that play does stand, if it is not on Bridgewater State, and really either way, regardless of the result in the scorebook, that was a heck of a move by Lewis Casey, the senior from Rockland. One of those being celebrated here today. Another flag is laid down ever so gently.
So we're going to get the call from the official here.
We have 2 fouls on the play, both on the offense. We have holding number 74. That penalty is declined. We have intentional grounding. Intentional grounding. That's a lockdown at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
You know, I thought I might have seen him trying to unload it. Call is ultimately, regardless of some unfortunate mic trouble, not the first week we've had mic trouble here at Swenson Field, but it is an intentional grounding on Murphy.
So they did end up giving him the hold there. I think it might have actually been on the man who got sacked. Someone in that big pile got their arm pushed all the way up, it looked like. So a little break from Bridgewater now. You got a long 3rd and goal.
From the 18-yard line.
3rd and goal to go, but they're from the 18 they'll be working. Woof. This was looking a lot more promising just a couple of plays ago for Mass Maritime. They're going to try to salvage what they can. Handoff.
Another
trying to
big
pick
run.
it back up. He's not going to get to the end zone, but Cassidy's going to get a whole lot of yardage.
He's gonna actually get inside the 5 here. Looks like they're going to put him at the 3, and it's just another simple play. Just hand it off. He bounces it outside. Middle gets clogged up. Great block there on the outside too, and should be able to get all the way down to inside the 5. And I mean, now if you're the Buccaneers, I mean, you obviously go for this now.
The word from the stats nerds is a pickup of 15 on the carry, and it's going to be 4th and goal with only 3 yards separating the Buccaneers and 6 points.
Bridgewater's been great in this situation, though. Timeout taken, I believe.
Timeout, Bridgewater State. That's it.
So Bridgewater's going to want to take another look at that formation. Didn't like what they saw, but
You see on your frame there, number 99 with the big play. That was Lou Casey.
Bridgewater, again, just been fantastic in these 4th down situations. There was 4th and short earlier in the game, the first quarter, and that was stuffed. They've gotten 2 interceptions. Their defense has been phenomenal, so we'll see if they can keep up that pace. This would be a big 4th down stop, too. Get the ball back in Cahoon's hands. Well, yes, he did make a mistake on the last one. Interception was thrown. Still an experienced guy, so we'll shake that off.
We've seen a couple of interceptions so far today. Literally a couple of interceptions, 2 of them by Souza, as well as an interception and the block kick like we were talking about earlier from Mulligan.
Yeah, both defenses are firing on all cylinders, and looks like they're actually going to go for the field goal here.
It's Defense Fest 2022 here at the 43rd Annual Cranberry Bowl. They are going to go for the kick.
Ooh, just got it. No, he didn't actually. I thought that ball went right over the bottom crossbar, but from that angle.
Mike Epifano, the freshman from Connecticut, missed it.
Still scoreless here. Offense is just keep on getting opportunities from the defense.
You can't buy a point. Just over 8 minutes to go in the first half. Bears going to take back over and seek to change that.
It's like both teams are giving a quick shout out to the 1979 first ever Cranberry Bowl. Ended in 8-3.
And it was a Mass Maritime victory, if you can believe it, here at halftime. As that run goes pretty much nowhere. Here at halftime, it'll be time to shine for the 1982 Bridgewater State Bears. They'll be honored here today to mark the 40th anniversary of the first true Cranberry Bowl victory for Bridgewater State. That was on November 20th, 1982 in Buzzards Bay. 2nd and 8 for the Bears. Cahoon's going to look to pass. Over. That one works for Donovan.
Another great play. Pretty much just sent everyone on a curl here. It's like Maritime was sitting in a zone, and Cahoon is just able to find the open guy.
They're going to spot him just short.
3rd and 1 from the 29.
Great job from Cahoon. Go through all the reads there, find the open guy.
3rd and 1, but it's inches really. That snap was direct to Pointer, and he's going to break through for a whole lot of extra.
Got a little more than just a couple of inches he needed there. It was a direct snap too, right to him. And again, great job from the Bridgewater O-line, able to get that big push up front. And Pointer, give him an inch, he took 15 yards.
I think we should count that as a QB keeper for Pointer. Working from midfield, fresh set of downs for the Bears. Cahoon back in the saddle, looking for the pass, trying to dump it to Donovan. He does. And he's going to sneak across.
It's going to be a first down. Pretty much the same concept that we saw a couple of plays ago. Cahoon's just going to take it out of the shotgun, play action, go through all the reads here, and just a little comeback, a little short comeback. Able to get out in space. And again, Bridgewater is the one now getting a lot of positivity on offense off just 2 plays.
Donovan, the freshman, finding his spots early and finding the ball in his hand. Nocera putting in the work. Will they give it to him? Sure looks like they will. And that's 3 straight first downs for the Bears.
Yeah, Cahoon's definitely starting to heat up here. A couple of mistakes early on this play exactly. They ran earlier, Cahoon missed it, but definitely starting to feel it now. That's a great way to get your offense, continue this momentum.
Just under 6 to play in the first half. Cahoon, passing's working for him, but that one is incomplete. Wright got a little bit too big for his britches, was a little too far away. And it's 2nd and 10.
Another motion out of the backfield. Cahoon looks forward, just unable to connect there.
And nobody's connected with the end zone or the uprights. 0-0. 5:54 to play in the first half in the Cranberry Bowl. 2nd and all of it. Cahoon in trouble. Ducking out. He'll keep it. He'll spin across for the first down. Woo!
Hey, you think the senior wants to win this game?
He was the MVP last year. He's looking for Harrington Trophy number 2.
Yeah, not something you see at a Cahoon too often. Everything breaks down. He takes it out to the left and makes sure with a spin move here that he's able to get the first down.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line.
Cahoon goes disco dancing across the line to gain. And they're working from the Buccaneers 14. Another pass. Why the heck not? Airing it out.
Fade.
Wants Donovan, but he's outside. Beautiful catch, but out of bounds.
Second and 10 from the 14-yard line.
It definitely wasn't a bad ball at all, and great catch. Just if the end zone was a little bit wider,
Unfortunately, we're not working with the soccer boundaries here at Swenson Field today, and it's second and 10 for the Bears.
I think they're
Akinci back into the play.
They're going to keep looking for Cahoon to air it out, I think, here. He's really warmed up this drive.
And paid off most of the way down the field. I can't blame him. Second and 10. Again, from the Bucks 14. Cahoon. No, he's going to keep it, and he's going to get wrapped up.
Really a facet of Cahoon's game that you never see is him running the ball. They usually have Couch. They have a whole plethora of wide receivers and running backs back there who usually take the rushing load. But again, nothing really downfield. Cahoon just gets something positive.
Garland hits him with the prom pose around the waist to take him down, and it's a gain of just 2.
Is that what that tackle's called, the prom pose?
I'm rolling with it.
I like it. I think that'll stick.
Sub 5 minutes to play in the first half. Nobody has scored yet. 3rd and 8.
Timeout.
Bucks will take their last timeout of this half. Coming up at halftime, you're going to get the whole suite from the Bears Sports Network. A recap of fall sports as we start rolling towards winter. Basketball preview. You're going to see that not on BTV, but on the Bears Sports Network here tonight. Men's basketball going to take on Dean. And some interviews, some extra special Cranberry Bowl content.
Gotta love this rivalry, how the town goes all out for this one.
Both towns go all out. Bridgewater, Buzzards Bay when it makes its way down there. The history between these two sides, as we've been talking about all day, is really rich. 34-12-1, the Bears lead all time, including 16-5 here at Bridgewater State. 18-7-1 down along the canal. And it really is beautiful down there. You got to hand it to them.
Oh, yeah.
They got a heck of a campus. All summer, I'll give them all credit. All summer, whenever I can, I'm riding on the canal on my bike. What a beautiful locale down there. They're spoiled at Mass Maritime for views. Airing it out off the hands. Uh-oh, incomplete pass. That one was meant for, but did not reach.
So they're going to go for the field goal here as Drake runs out to the field, but
Kopecky couldn't grab it.
yeah, again, I mean, you got to go with Cahoon's arm again there. He's just been hot this entire drive, and you're in field goal range anyway. It wasn't a terrible ball there, just unable to connect, so we'll see field goal unit Shane Drake now on to attempt the field goal.
Drake is 4 for 6 on the year. Trying to make it 5 for 7.
So it would be a big score just for anyone to get on the board at this point, especially if you're Bridgewater.
Kick is up.
Got
And
it.
it's true for the first points of the afternoon. It took a while, but we made it. Points on the board. Bears lead 3-0.
Yeah, first points there. Even to just have any type of positive offensive drive that ends in points. Very important for this game. It's been a defensive battle so far.
That's been half the fun, though, really.
It really has.
We've seen some stupendous plays on the defensive side by both of these squads, and particularly, of course, as we mentioned, by Souza and Mulligan for Bridgewater State and MMA, respectively.
So Maritime's going to have 4.5 minutes here. Try and get something down the field. Try and respond. I believe it is Bridgewater who's going to receive in the second half. So if you can get anything here to even knot this up, maybe even take the lead, you got the time to do it.
It's Vieira and Dyer deep for the Buccaneers. Giving it the boot is Nazo. I thought I saw him out there. Will instead be Drake. And they're going to start from the 25. Will the Buccaneers.
Showing off the boot there. Great kicking weather too.
Certainly couldn't be any worse than it was this morning. When I got here, it was raining sheets.
It was.
Sideways. It was terrible. Things improved really quickly. I've been sitting here in the booth just watching it get better and better and better. And eventually the sun popped out.
Definitely turned out way better than I thought it would. I showed up here in a raincoat a little bit after you did.
I came in with the umbrella. It's sitting behind me here in the broadcast booth.
Feel great now. Nice warm out in November.
Something tells me I'm not going to be needing that umbrella anymore today. Murphy looking for the pass. He finds it. Big shot to Vieira. And he'll pick up a first down and then some.
It's a great ball from Murphy. Again, both teams love to play action. So drop back here. He puts this right in the zone in between two defenders over, I believe that's number 43's head.
Vieira averages 30 a game, just under 31 in the air. Another pass through the fingers.
Yeah, second time in a row here. Murphy's just had a clean pocket. Steps right up and...
That was meant for a running back. Another one of those diverse guys. That was Severio Rell, the second. From Louisiana. We've seen both teams today willing to put it in the air to running backs. Creative little strategy.
Definitely Maritime again. Likes this little fullback action. Went to look to him there, just unable to convert.
2nd and 10 from their own 45. Another pass play. That one again to Vieira, but he's not going to get anything at all.
Yeah, stuffed. If you're Bridgewater, they sniffed this out immediately, right when they sent him in motion, comes all the way across. I mean, this just screams that it's going to be a screen pass. Play action. Looks to him there, and Bridgewater, again, great job shedding off that block and comes all the way up.
Of course it was Souza. Why would you just intercept it when you can tackle them too?
Great all-around game.
3rd and all of it for the Buccaneers. With just a little over 3 to go in the first half on Cranberry Bowl Saturday. Bucks looking for a big play to keep this thing rolling the right way. Play action. Vieira out of the hands. Ooh!
Almost another pick there.
Souza wanted his 3rd, just a little bit too far away from him, but it's incomplete nonetheless. And the Bucks punting unit is on its way out.
And again, pressure just got to Murphy. Just try to throw a ball up off the hands, and Souza again almost had his 3rd pick of the day. But now you're Bridgewater. You got 3 minutes left here. Got 2 timeouts. Definitely can work something here, especially that last drive.
Donovan, the deep man for the Bears. It's not going to start with him, but it'll bounce to him. Trying to put in some work, and he'll head out around the 25. Under 3 to play in the first half. Bears lead at 3-0.
Yeah, friendly bounce on this one. He was going to let go over his head, goes right to him, and it's around 25. I think I might put it right at the 25. So Bridgewater now,
Well,
250.
They're spotting him further back than that, it looks like. May have stepped on a line or something. They're spotting him right around the 20.
So again, 250, you got 2 timeouts. You can go to the ground here, you can go to the air.
He goes ground. Here's Pointer. Taken down for nothing.
And Maritime did a great job there. Just getting penetration on that left side of the line. You can see, try to get the big guys out, but just sniffs it out. Doesn't get anything there.
Looked like on the grab there was Hunter Lacier, among others. Another Louisianan. Couple of Pelican Staters on this Mass Maritime squad. Another one on the ground.
We good for one there.
That'll be more, but not much for Pointer.
You know, again, playbook is pretty much wide open right now. You have the timeout, you have 2 minutes, so run game's been working. They try and go to it again. Just great job closing up that hole there.
The spirit of giving has reached the officials already. They're going to give Pointer 2 yards on the carry. And it's 3rd and 8.
That was Hugh Wells who closed that one up for Maritime, by the way.
Cahoon trying to duck out of trouble, and he's going to get wrapped up. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, there was really nothing downfield.
This was another play that fell apart. He was about to get dragooned on the coverage there by Wells.
Yeah, Wells again, he was the first one to bring pressure there, make Cahoon uncomfortable. He had to step up, and Bridgewater now is going to punt it away. And now if you're Maritime, you got a minute rolling right here. You're probably going to get this ball around 40 seconds left.
Sizable 3 and out to take to the locker room for Mass Maritime. Drake will punt.
Looks like they're going to probably wind the clock down as much as they can here. Actually, Bridgewater's going to take a timeout.
Well, when they do get going, if and when they do get going, it'll be Williamson, the deep man for the Buccaneers, Kobe Williamson, who's a pretty local guy, Northeastern, not so far from this neck of the woods. He averages 11.1 yards per return. Year long is 25.
I'm interested to see what Buccaneers are going to do when they get this ball back. Because, yeah, there was only 48 seconds left. You have no timeouts. The last drive didn't work out too well for them. But, again, you are down in this ball game, and you're not going to get the ball to start the second half. So we'll see if they kneel it. They're going to try and take a shot.
Lined back up. Drake preparing for the kick. Williamson preparing for the return.
Ooh, it's close to being blocked there.
Didn't get a whole lot of airtime. Williamson picks it up off a bounce. And he's going to roll about 10 or 12 yards into Bridgewater territory to start things out for the Bucks.
So that ended up being a really good return. You got 36 seconds now. See, he gets the friendly bounce here, able to get to the outside. There's a missed tackle right about here, and able to get a really extra 5 to 7 yards on that. So now if you're Maritime, you might have a shot at this if you can get at least his range is probably to around the 30 or the 20 in between there. So get around 10, 15 yards. You got 36 seconds to do it. Might be able to have a shot at a field goal to tie up this game.
So Bucks will start at the 40. 36 seconds to score or go to the locker room without any points at all.
Might see a screen coming off this motion again.
Pass play. Murphy to his side. That one was to Cassidy.
Murphy's pass is beat to number 26, Cassidy.
And didn't use a lot of clock there. Just get it out to your running back. He's able to get out of bounds, stop the clock. So still have a couple of shot plays you can take here. So the clock goes from 27 to 30.
They say the one thing you can never get more of is time, but the Buccaneers just did.
We just got some there.
Cassidy picked up 1. 2nd and 9 from the 39 for the Buccaneers. Each team with 1 timeout left. Play action. Murphy in danger.
Like
trying to slip around. Getting closed in on you to run it out of bounds. Nearly faced death from beside himself in the form of Cataldo. That could have been risky.
This was a really good play for Murphy, actually. Everything starts to break down. If you get sacked here, pretty much ends the half. So he gets out of the pocket. He actually pobbled the ball a little bit there, but making something positive. Again, he gets out of bounds, keeps the drive alive overall.
He picked up 5 on the play, as a matter of fact. And it'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Bucks. 22 left in the second quarter.
So if they don't get out of bounds on this one, you're probably going to see them, if they do get the first down, you're probably going to see them run up and spike it and maybe try and get a field goal.
Murphy the pass. Out of the hands. That one was incomplete to Naylor.
Looks like exactly what they wanted, too. You get a play with a receiver open on the sideline. If he catches this ball, he probably is able to maybe fall out of bounds here, but still you get the first down, so. Wonder what we're going to see now. Maybe just a punt. Actually, it looks like they're lining up for the field goal.
Bucks will try some long footwork. Epifano has already missed from much closer this afternoon. Kicks up, and it's not even near it. Holy smokes.
Didn't even reach the end zone.
No good is an understatement on the field goal, and Epifano is 0 for 2 on the day.
I thought for sure they were going to punt this one. They tried a field goal from around the 20 to 15 yard line earlier, and that one didn't even look like it reached the crossbar. So I was surprised when they brought the field goal unit out on that one, but I mean, might as well. Wouldn't make any sense to punt. We're probably going to see the Bears, I would assume, take a knee on this one.
We've talked about how strong the defensive performance has been by both teams today, but as you can see on your scoreboard, that has come at the cost of points. With just a fraction of a minute left in the first half. And there's the knee. And at halftime, it's going to be 3-0 Bears. These two squads are absolutely fighting a brutal fight here today.
Dog fight. Bear fight, you might say.
We'll see if they pick up the scoring in the second half. They've been giving each other work on the defensive end. Couple of big interceptions, 2 for Souza, 1 for Mulligan, as well as a blocked field goal. 3-0 Bears at halftime. Quite an interesting score. It's the 43rd annual Cranberry Bowl, presented by A&A Metro Transportation. We'll be right back with you after halftime here at Swenson Field.
I think we're up.
Hi, I'm Tom Aridi from A&A Metro Transportation, also under Bill's Taxi Service. We've been a family-owned business for over 70 years. We run about 130 vehicles. We have about 200 employees, and most of them all local employees around the Bridgewater area. We're very proud of that fact. We're a local gasoline company at 1001 Bedford Street in Bridgewater. We have great prices. We also have a kiosk. We sell lottery tickets, candy, water, soda, chips, cigarettes. Not good for you, but we do sell them. We're looking for employees. If you can drive, you have a clean driving record, come on down and see us. We're looking for sedan drivers, van drivers, medical drivers. We're also looking for bus drivers. We run smaller buses, 24 passenger, all the way up to 55 passenger. We also have a full service garage. We're looking for mechanics, diesel mechanic we're looking for, and it pays extremely well. We $7,500 sign-on bonus, and depending on the experience, we pay $35 to $40 an hour. Safe, reliable transportation. That's what we do here at A&A Metro. We're also going to Bill's Taxi Service. It's a family-owned company. Once again, thank you. Look forward to seeing you.
It's halftime at Bridgewater State between the Bears and the Bucks in the 43rd annual Cranberry Bowl, and we welcome you to our BTV studios here on Spring Street in Bridgewater. I'm John Locke. This game marks the end of the regular season for the football team, but also marks the transition from fall to winter sports, and so we wanted to share a recap of what the fall sports teams have done in 2022. Let's start off with the football team, who had a tough start to the season, losing their first 3 games, one of which to a ranked Ithaca team, but they would turn things around with a late September win on the road at WestCon. The calendar would flip to October, and the team had some extra Wheaties apparently as they blew out Fitchburg State, Worcester State, and Westfield State by a combined score of 169-7, including 12 touchdowns at homecoming against the Falcons. It looked like the Bears are going to be in the conversation for the MASCAC Championship entering their game against UMass Dartmouth, but the two-headed Corsair monster of Dante Avila Santos and Jalen Aponte racked up nearly 500 yards of offense in a 48-7 rout. And last week, the Bears squeaked out a 20-19 win over Framingham State in a game that saw James Cahoon have 251 passing yards. Now, the Rams did have a last-minute drive that saw a false start called with 11 seconds left, and 6'5" Enrique DeBoni came out for the kick, and it was about 5 yards short and 1 yard to the right, but nonetheless, it's a win for the Bears, who enter today's game against the Bucks at 5-4. We'll have more from the team coming up, obviously, including the second half at Swenson Field, but we do want to get to the other teams at the university, including men's soccer, who had a 1-6-1 month of September, but in October they bounced back with a 5-2-1 record, including 4-0-1 in conference play. That great stretch would qualify the team for the MASCAC tournament, and the Bears had a pair of goals from Colin Evans and David Nelson to help out with a 6-0 victory against Westfield State. Last Friday was the semis against Framingham State, with Ethan LaFontaine scoring the lone tally as this went to a shootout that had the first 8 players score. Ethan DeMello in the 5th round scored a goal, and William Russell saved the Bears' last shot, earning the Bears a spot in the tournament finals against Worcester State. LaFontaine again had the lone score, sending this to another shootout, and unfortunately that would be where the Bears' season would end via a 5-4 shootout loss. The women's soccer team went through the month of September with a 6-2-1 record, including a 4-game stretch outscoring the opposition 18-1, and in that stretch, there were 6 goals from Michelle Belcher and 15 saves from Logan Levesque. October saw a 4-3-1 mark, still qualifying the team for the MASCAC tournament, and despite a Madeline Morin goal, they lost to the Fitchburg State Falcons 2-1. Let's get a quick recap of the other teams. The volleyball team ended the season on a 6-match losing streak, but back in September they actually had a good hot streak, winning 3 straight matches by a combined score of 9-1. The women's tennis team went on a 6-meet winning streak, including shutouts against WestCon, Plymouth State, and Salem State, but they did fall to Rhode Island College 5-0 in the LEC semis. Men's cross country won the MASCAC Championships and are off to Brunswick, Maine, and the D3 East Region Championships. The women's team is also heading there, following a 3rd-place finish at the Conference Championships, and the field hockey team finished their season at 2-15. We have much more to come here on the halftime show, including a preview of the basketball teams, but coming up next, we talk to some of the guests at the annual Cranberry Bowl Luncheon.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
I'm a current Division III student athlete, and I remember how intimidating the first year of college can be.
So if you're a first-year student athlete and nervous about coming out as LGBTQ, I pledge to stand by your side as your ally.
If you can play Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I believe student athletes can help break down the barriers of exclusion.
I pledge to support and encourage my teammates
to support my campus's LGBTQ student group
by volunteering and participating in events.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I believe that everyone should be educated on LGBTQ issues.
I pledge to work with my athletic department and my campus to foster dialogue and create a community of support, respect, and pride.
If you can play in Division III.
We are Division III student athletes, and you can be too. If you can play in Division III.
Welcome back. We're at halftime of the Cranberry Bowl, and this Thursday was the annual luncheon at the Dunn Conference Center on the BSU campus. Captains, coaches, and members of the administration from both schools were in attendance, sharing a lunch, conversation, stories, and even a few jokes as well. I talked with Mass Maritime head coach Jeremy Cameron before the luncheon and asked him, despite the record the team has coming into this matchup, if there are any positives that come with being able to coach players like Hugh Wells and quarterback Mark Murphy.
Yeah, he's had a great year, and he's had a good 4 years, and Mark Murphy's also having a really good year, being the first year he's actually played. It doesn't make it any easier, being 3-6, having the good players. You really want those guys to go out, as winners, and the biggest thing for the players and what we talk to the older kids about is you want to leave it better than when you got here, and those guys have certainly done that. It's not the season that we wanted, but those guys have played well, and we've really played pretty competitive, even in the losses. We've been there in the fourth quarter with an opportunity, and it just hasn't gone our way. And but the guys just, each week is a new season, and that's how they approach it, and that's how we'll end the season this year.
Talking to Hugh Wells, he told me that his football career before college has helped him play so tough this season, and when asked if there's any added fuel for the team playing at Swenson Field for BSU Senior Day, he had a very interesting answer. 8.5 sacks this season. How are you approaching the game this season that differs from the past 2 for you?
This year, being a senior, playing the game for 16 years, senior in high school, it was a really big game, my Thanksgiving game, but I knew I was going to play college. Now you don't really know what the future holds. This is going to be the last time I'm putting on the pads, and I'm just looking back to being in 2nd grade, my first set of helmet I put on, first shoulder pads, my older brother hyping me up, and now it's all kind of coming to a close here. And I think it's a cliche, but I think you have to lay it all on the line, and there's nothing more special than playing football with your best friends.
As a senior on this team, does it kind of help playing this game on the road, knowing that it is Bridgewater State's Senior Day, and you can kind of approach this with a little more ease, knowing that you don't have all the friends and family that you're trying to make proud at your own home field?
Well, that's an interesting take you have there, and I actually kind of agree with it a little bit. Obviously, playing on your home turf, it's more comfortable, but Mass Maritime, like the crash parties, and we're pretty used to it, so I think I actually really do like what you're saying there.
This is the first time BSU has hosted the Cranberry Bowl since 2018, and last year's game at Mass Maritime was historic for BSU as James Cahoon set the record for single-season passing yards by a BSU quarterback. A feat that could be repeated today at a school that has been all about the run. I asked the starting quarterback what has gone so well for him to set these marks.
I think it's just like I play with a really great running back, really great O-line, great receivers. It's a total really good offense, Staying balanced, that's like one of the most important things I think in college football. And I think the credit to my success is all the people around me, Just making plays. Like I can't complete balls, I can't throw touchdowns if receivers, running backs, tight ends don't catch the ball and O-line doesn't do a great job up front.
As I mentioned before, talking about the football team, at one point this season, the team had won 4 straight, with 3 of them adding up to 169 points, but that was followed up with a tough loss to the Corsairs. I asked Coach Varia if tough games like UMass Dartmouth could actually help refocus the players, and as a coach who has been here for decades, what he's seen change to make this more of a dual threat type of offense. Did that loss against UMass Dartmouth kind of help to refocus the players with that game against Framingham State last week?
I would say so, but I would also say UMass Dartmouth's a heck of a football team. I mean, as they've shown, they're probably one of the best teams in the league. So it definitely, that's not it. But Framingham's always been a big rivalry for us, much like the Mass Maritime game. So it was easy for the kids to get up, and none of the kids on our team had ever had the opportunity to beat them before. So to have that win was definitely good for our program.
You've had Cito, you've had Bruce Burley, you've had Justin Fuller, the list goes on and on. I was just talking to James earlier about changing the game because Stefano D'Amelia, James Cahoon, they've certainly changed the offense here at BSU. Mm-hmm. As a coach who's been here for decades like you have, how have you seen the game change here at Bridgewater State?
You know what, I think every team has its strengths and weaknesses, and our team is starting to diversify itself a little bit more offensively. Our running game has improved quite a bit. Our passing game has, and if you look at it, in the past years there's probably been more throws to certain receivers, but now we're spreading the ball around quite a bit, and I think that makes teams tough to defend.
Coming up next here at the half, the women's basketball team gets their first win of the season that came down to the buzzer.
Hi, I'm Tom Aridi from A&A Metro Transportation, also under Bill's Taxi Service. We've been a family-owned business for over 70 years. We run about 130 vehicles. We have about 200 employees, and most of them all local employees around the Bridgewater area. We're very proud of that fact. We're a local gasoline company at 1001 Bedford Street in Bridgewater. We have great prices. We also have a kiosk. We sell lottery tickets, candy, water, soda, chips, cigarettes. Not good for you, but we do sell them. We're looking for employees. If you can drive, you have a clean driving record, come on down and see us. We're looking for sedan drivers, van drivers, medical drivers. We're also looking for bus drivers. We run smaller buses, 24 passenger, all the way up to 55 passenger. We also have a full service garage. We're looking for mechanics, diesel mechanic we're looking for, and it pays extremely well. We $7,500 sign-on bonus, and depending on the experience, you pay $35 to $40 an hour. Safe, reliable transportation. That's what we do here at A&A Metro. We're also going to Bill's Taxi Service. It's a family-owned company. Once again, thank you. Look forward to seeing you.
Back here on the halftime show, the men's basketball team is going to have a new but familiar face in charge, as former BSU point guard Matt McLaughlin was named head coach back in May. McLaughlin takes over for Joe Faroba, who retired after 30 seasons in that role. Certainly a familiar face to BSU athletes, McLaughlin served on Bridget Casey's women's team for 7 seasons and also was a part of the Sweet 16 men's squad back in 2008. McLaughlin said when he was named to the role, quote, "First and foremost, I want to thank Coach Faroba and Coach Donovan for their unwavering support and confidence in me. I am grateful for the opportunity to lead, learn, and grow with all my current and future student athletes. I have always considered BSU my home, and that's why I never really left. It is an honor to be coaching not only a team I once played for, but a program filled with players I believe in," end quote. Now, this is a young team with only 2 seniors as well as 2 graduate players, and it did get started on Tuesday night with an 82-70 win against the Beacons of UMass Boston. In the matchup, Precious Oko had a game-high 26 for BSU in the victory. And the schedule features a lot of bus rides with 7 of the team's first 10 games on the road. Conference play starts on January 4th against the Rams, and the season concludes on February 18th in North Adams against MCLA. The team was picked to finish 5th in the conference preseason poll as they look to finish above 500 for the first time since the 2017-2018 season. A quick programming note, you can watch the team face Dean College in an effort to go 2-0 to start the season, coming up at 5 p.m. today on the Bears Sports Network. And we go to the women's basketball team, who had quite the scare in the season opener against Brandeis on Tuesday night. Despite being up by 20 at the start of the fourth quarter, the Lady Bears tried going for the win with a couple 3-point shots, but with 4 seconds left, the visitors fouled Jordan Peebles, who hit 1 of her 2 free throws, but that was just good enough as Brandeis missed the bank shot, and it was a 1-point season-opening win for the Bears. So the team is already 2 games into their season and will be home for 6 out of the first 8 games, but of course you have to pay the price schedule-wise, so the team will be on the road for the entire month of December before a similar conference schedule as the men's team. Bridget Casey's squad was picked to finish 2nd and will have some familiar faces back, including Kylie Pesci, Sydney Bradbury, and Sophia Gosher. You can of course stay up to date with everything happening in Bears athletics by visiting bsubears.com. And we thank you for watching this halftime update. Coming up, we'll see who wins the scoop at the home of the Bears, Swenson Field, second half action here on the Bears Sports Network.
A billion people tuning into the match between...
Hey, you ready?
You're not done.
Oh, off the post. And here comes Ji So-young on the attack. All right, get together, get strong. Oh, excuse me, that's the cover.
Women's football game sets new sales record. Wang Shuang rocks the world yet again.
Biggest turnout ever seen in sports. How does it feel?
Here's Barca making a last push, and there's a foul.
That post, Gerard. Okay.
Big opportunity for coach Alex Scott and the team.
PK, round the back.
Coutinho to PK. Goal! The league's first female coach makes history. Keeper fires to Dunn. Oh, that's incredible footwork. She's on the move. Big chance for Australia, and Kerr setting up for the kick.
¿Pero qué está pasando ahí?
Hey, you ready?
Down. 2 to go. It's the second half of the 43rd Annual Cranberry Bowl, presented by A&A Metro Transportation. And it's really been just a defensive slugfest. Bears lead at 3-0, and it took a whole lot to get there. Not a whole ton of penalties, but a whole lot of defense. 2 interceptions for Souza, Zachary Souza for the Bears, an interception and a blocked kick for Jack Mulligan for the Buccaneers. It's been a real defensive fight.
Yeah, both offenses just struggled really, really bad in this first half. You had Cahoon, who threw 2 picks. You had Murphy, who also threw 2 picks. Murphy was 6 of 13, and Cahoon was 10 of 20. So offense definitely struggled in the first half. The only scoring play was a Shane Drake 30-yard field goal. So in the locker room, hopefully they get some offense going, talk about strategy, and hopefully we see more scoring this second half. As that kick was a little bit of a shank, so Bridgewater will get it at around the 30-yard line.
Bears get things started here in the second half. And it's a quick handoff to Carpenter. We've seen some really interesting uses for the Bears' offensive line. Wide receivers running the ball. Running backs making catches. It's been a quirky kind of day for the Bears offense.
Definitely has, and to put in a note that Adam Couch went down really, really early in the game, and the man, next up has been William Pointer, 60 yards on the ground. So he's really stepped up, and the next guy up, like you say, Carpenter has been running the ball. So Bridgewater really going deep into their playbook, it seems like now, because Couch has really been a workhorse for them all year, and pretty much ever since his time at Bridgewater.
Maritime has an injured man on the play. Yeah, Pointer, as you see here, 10 carries for just about 60 yards, 59 total. Call that a little under 6 yards a carry. He's been having quite the afternoon here at Swenson Field.
So that Maritime player is able to walk off on the field on his own feet. So resume play here.
Always pleased to see. Hope all is well for the Buccaneers. It's a fierce rivalry, but never outside the bounds of sportsmanship. 2nd and 6 for the Bears. Cahoon, the play action.
Taking a shot.
Big space. Can he meet his man? Intercepted. Right into the arms of Liam Hines.
Yeah, this is a tough play. Again, they go play action, and Cahoon has time in this pocket, trying to take a shot to start this half, and tough. He gave his guy a chance in between 2 defenders, and That's a tough way to start this half for your Bridgewater.
Today has seen not only Jack Mulligan's first interception of the year for the Buccaneers, but now the same for Liam Hines, the sophomore from Quincy. And the Buccaneers will take back over.
Buccaneers did a great job on the ground in that first half. We'll see if they go back to that. A lot of really big runs that were able to just get punched right through really the middle gaps of the offensive line. So we'll see, and they do go back to that.
Handoff, they drop it with Cassidy, who has been their workhorse for much of the day. We've seen some explosive plays from Jail Johnson, but a lot of those touches have been going to James Cassidy so far this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Cassidy is getting a lot more of the work, a lot of the inside runs, but Jail Johnson, when he gets the ball, he's been explosive. We saw that run in the first half down in the Buccaneers' own territory. It was 3rd and 20 plus, and he's able to get them a first down with some fancy footwork.
You saw Cahoon there on your screen a moment ago, who has now coughed up his 3rd turnover of the day. Another handoff. It's Cassidy again, and he's going to pick up a couple, but not a ton.
Yeah, Cassidy almost got knocked down in the backfield here. He gets this, he looks for a hole, not there, bounces it outside, breaks that tackle, and he's able to get something positive out of really a loss.
That was Cataldo with the first attempted touch there, and you're doing something right when you make Dan Cataldo miss.
It's another big 3rd down here as Bridgewater turned it over on the very first drive, and you got to think if they don't get this, they're surely going to punt. So
3rd and 6. Bears lead 3-0. Under 13 to play in the 3rd quarter. Play action. Murphy looking for the pass. Out of the hands. It was a little bit too strong for Naylor. And it brings up 4th down.
This is the perfect play you wanted too. Right in the middle. Great ball, hits him right in the hands. He just can't squeeze that in. So now
4th and 6 and the punting unit's out.
Talk about a defensive battle. You have an interception to start the drive from Bridgewater and now a punt from Mass Maritime.
The boot. Donovan, the deep man, looking for space, trying to create it, and finally gets wrapped up right around the 26 or 27.
Wasn't sure if he was going to actually return this anywhere, but he's able to just bounce that out to the outside and get some positive yards on the return. So we got to see the Bridgewater offense bounce back here. That's not how you wanted to start the second half at all. I know they wanted to start out with a shot, gets intercepted, so.
He made a couple of them miss. He could not make Connor Garland miss.
Could not get the miss there. So we'll see if Bridgewater comes out a little more conservative here with running the ball, or whether they'll let Cahoon, who really heated up towards the end of that second half. We'll see if they put the ball in his hands again and let him go to work.
He's looking for energy after 3 interceptions on the day.
Run there looks like it picks up 4, maybe 5.
33 Pointer on the carry. Who else but William Pointer? They give him 4. 2nd and 6 rolling on up for Bridgewater State.
So they're going to go no running back here. They're going to go 5 receivers out. Cahoon by himself.
But they're going to go on the run game anyway. That was right. Picked up scarcely anything.
Yeah, we're looking at the creative ways this Bridgewater offense is trying to get production without Couch. Go 5 wide receivers here, get a man in motion. Just trying to get him quick to the outside. Right idea, just doesn't go anywhere.
They're going to give him 2. They're feeling generous. 3rd and 4 coming up for Bridgewater State. 11.5 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Pointer's back in the game now.
Cahoon the pass. He's going back deep. Dumps it off for a first down and then some. Big shot to Kopecky.
Yeah, Kopecky caught the ball here. This is a great play design from Bridgewater. You get Cahoon moving to one side. It's like Kopecky just stretched straight out to the other, puts it right in the bucket. Bridgewater able to pick up a first down here now, so we're seeing offense picking up a little bit.
He beats the pressure. They're working from the 46 now. Fresh set of downs. Cahoon play action, looking for another one. He gets Torres, and it's going to be another conversion.
And Torres has just been a big offensive weapon. That's one they still got out there. Play action. Again, we've seen this play a lot where Cahoon, play action, keeps his eyes downfield and delivers a strike to Torres. And Bridgewater is starting to pick it up now.
Bears are desperate to pick up the scoop. Once again, retain possession of the scoop. Winner of the Cranberry Bowl hangs on to that. Keeper. That was creative. Faked the handoff, kept it himself, and picked up probably about 7 on the run.
You wouldn't believe me if this was your first Bridgewater game with me saying Cahoon does not run the ball often. He usually relies on his arm, but
when he does.
He gets close to first downs, that's for sure.
He does indeed pick up 7. It's 2nd and 3 for Bridgewater. Motion man Nacera. True handoff to Pointer this time, and he's going to break through for that conversion.
Bouncing
He's
off.
still rolling. Finally felled around the 22.
Bridgewater sideline loved that. He saw a bunch of guys getting fired up. See the backup running back here doing it for his senior, just shooting the gap and just bouncing off of bodies.
Taking a second to get up there was the lineman Alexander Byron, and he heads for the sideline after the play.
Bridgewater getting close to the red zone here.
Bears at the Bucks 24. Fresh set of downs. Cahoon. Handoff. And trying to get somewhere and not really getting much at all is Isaiah Wright.
Yeah, right. They've been using him as a wide receiver. They line him up here in the backfield. And just nothing there. That was, again, Wells making the first contact. He's been active on the Mass Maritime defense so far today.
And he picks up a TFL. Wright loses one on the carry, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for Bridgewater. Neither side has made it to the end zone so far today. It's been tough going. Cahoon trying to run it, and he's sacked.
First time Cahoon has been sacked on the day, and that's a big one if you're Mass Maritime to get that. I think that was Wells again.
And doing a jig and taking a bow. Yep, Hugh Wells.
So Wells, again, we mentioned his name. Just makes a sack again. And what a time to get a sack, too. You got 3rd and long now.
Hugh Wells came into the half. First half, he totaled 7 tackles, half a tackle for loss, and now he's got a sack. 3rd and 16.
This one's whistled dead. Timeout, actually.
So Buccaneers riding the wave. They're going to take their first timeout of the second half with 8:35 left to go in the third quarter. We were talking already about just how much of a defensive war of attrition this has really been so far today. Some excellent performances. Not a whole lot of scoring, but if you're into defense, you've got quite the show going on right here at Swenson Field this afternoon.
This is the game for you if you're into a defensive battle. And we're coming up on a 3rd and long here, and I almost doubt we're going to see a punt from Bridgewater. They had Shane Drake come in and hit a 30-yard field goal in the first half. And he looked like he had leg for more, so maybe they might even go to the run here.
He better. That was the only scoring play of the game so far, was Drake's field goal. 3-0 Bridgewater, as you can see plainly. Bridgewater trying to hang on and go up to 17-5 in Cranberry Bowl play at home.
As you just saw, Bridgewater at home in the Cranberry Bowl is 16-5 too, so we're hoping to add to that record. And right now on the scoreboard, even though it isn't a lot, they are still leading. So we'll see what play they draw up here.
3rd and 16. It's do or die for Cahoon on the possession. Pass play. Finds his man. There's Kopecky rolling up. And he's not going to get the first down, but he's going to get a few.
Interesting decision here for Bridgewater. They've gone for it on 4th and short before, but you did just have your kicker knock down a field goal from around the same range. Looks like they're actually going to keep the whole offense out there on 4th and 4, maybe 4th and 5? 4th and 8, sorry.
They're feeling themselves. 4th and 8, and Cahoon remains. Pointer right next to him, now stepping back. And he's going to get sacked. There we go. That's over. Who else? It's Wells. Hugh Wells swallows up Cahoon And the Bears turn it over on downs.
Yeah, Hugh Wells falls for none of this. Looks like they were trying to set up some type of screen pass there, as you saw the big old lineman go downfield. Wells sniffs that out and is just able to get to the quarterback immediately.
2 sacks in 1 drive. And the Bucs offense is going to take over from about their own 26.
You can see even Bridgewater knows that a field goal isn't going to be enough there. They were, I would think, at least well inside of Drake's range, but they decide keep Cahoon out on the field, try and go for it.
Murphy stepping back for the pass. Intended target is missed. He was trying to hit Johnson. And a marker on the play. That might be PI.
Yeah, Brendan Albert was all over this guy the entire way. You saw Murphy's eyes were pretty much locked on him the whole time.
Keyword might.
Number 50 offense, 10-yard penalty, deep first down.
It is, in fact, Mass Maritime's fault.
I didn't catch the other number there, but Brendan Albert was with the receiver the entire time, running him down the sideline. That was great defense.
The flag was on Krzyzewski, the offensive lineman, number 50 for the Buccaneers. And that'll kick him back 10 yards. First down and 20. Murphy in a little bit more of a desperate spot now. Handoff to Johnson.
Stuffed.
Jail Johnson, who had an explosive run back in the first half.
Yeah, take a look at this again. They try and go wide pressure immediately up the middle, and Bridgewater just closes up all those gaps. So Jaleel Johnson can't get anywhere. So no gain. They'll say second and 20.
Whole lot of coverage. Looked like Anton Vasquez among others. Second and 2-0. Murphy looking for any yardage he can grab. Play action. He'll hang on to it, roll forward, and pick up some, but not even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, again, Mass Maritime is trying to get anything positive on this drive. I think he might have actually looked to hand that ball off. Maybe there was confusion. That was Murphy who kept the ball. I didn't even see that when it happened live.
If I was Mark Murphy, regardless of what I was intending to do, I would totally sell that as a play action anytime I talk about it ever again.
It was 100% intended.
Every move is calculated. 3rd and 15. Don't know if they calculated that.
So we're going to almost definitely see Maritime go to the air here. Got press coverage pretty much all the way around, and no, they actually go for the handoff.
He hands it off, and it fails pretty miserably. That was Mitchell on the carry.
This might be the new theme you start to see from these teams. We saw a lot of them going for it on, 4th and short, but this time they decide we're too far back. We don't want to get another sack, give better field position off a punt, so they go for the run just to give the punter room here. On a 4th and 16, so Bridgewater's going to get the ball back. The man back deep is at the 40-yard line right now, and with the return, they could cross half.
Mulligan punts it. That's interesting. Donovan is deep yet again, and he fair catches it.
So if you're Bridgewater, you've had a lot of negative possessions so far. You go for it on the 4th down on your second drive. The first drive, you have Cahoon throw an interception. So now you have decisions to make. They've gotten really creative, obviously. We've talked about it a lot. Adam Couch not being out there is very, very difficult for this team. But they've gotten creative with the offense, going no running back, sending guys in motion.
It's interesting to note, and I thought I was looking at this correctly, and I was. The guy who punted that? Jack Mulligan. As in interception and blocked kick, Jack Mulligan. Doing double duty as the Bucs punter today.
Man of many talents.
Clearly. 1st and 10, play action. Cahoon looking for space, gets it. And rolling up for an easy first down is Nocera.
I mentioned earlier in the game how good this play action is for Bridgewater. You see it again, play action to pointer, and that play has led to a lot of positive yards so far. Not that play specifically, but the set and the concept of going play action, getting Cahoon out in space, and letting him just rip it to an open receiver.
Actual handoff. It's Pointer again, but he's going nowhere.
Yeah, just nothing here at all. Mass Maritime defenders were everywhere on that, so at least he got back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Bucks defense doing what it has done best so far today. Cahoon looking for the air. He'll keep it, he'll get swallowed up, and that's going to be a huge sack. Stepping back out with something to say about it is Stephen McBride.
Now this Maritime defense is fired up. You saw, it looks like they were going to try and take another shot. I think that was McCarthy who was running down the left sideline. Cahoon had nowhere to go with it, so had to take the sack there.
3rd and 14 coming up for Bridgewater State. Big sack there by McBride on the play. Cahoon looking for the air again. Quick dump off to Pointer. And he cannot scamper back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th and long coming up for Bridgewater.
Yeah, trying to see if they could get Pointer going. Throw him a little screen pass. Get some positive yards, but nowhere near enough for that first down. So I think we're going to see Drake punt this ball away. Maybe try and pin Mass Maritime deep as we have, I believe that's a Bridgewater player down.
It is Pointer. Pointer is down on the field. Is walking off under his own power, but clearly frustrated by whatever has ailed him.
That's just going to add another mountain for this Bridgewater team to climb. Hopefully he's all right, looking good walking on his own feet right now. But
the slightest of limps, but William Pointer clearly not thrilled about coming out of this game. What a day he's had so far.
So we're going to have Drake punt this ball. I mean, we've seen the leg that he has so far. Maybe he could pin this one inside the 5. You see the Mass Maritime return man lining up at around the 10-yard line.
That's Williamson.
So we'll see if they can get pinned deep here. This Bridgewater defense has been phenomenal, so could see points with a safety. You never know.
Drake with the punt. Doesn't get a whole lot of airtime. It's going to bounce to Williamson, and he'll let it roll past him for the touchback.
Yeah, lucky that one wasn't blocked there. There was a whole bunch of Mass Maritime defenders that were right up on that. So we'll see Maritime take over at the 20-yard line.
3:52 to play in the 3rd quarter. Bears lead at 3-0. Bucks would love to change that. They're going to start at their own 25. Oh, they'll put them at their 20 instead. I stand corrected.
This Bridgewater defense the entire day has played. It's like they have one guy over the top, and then pretty much everyone else is straight up in coverage, trying to force these receivers to get by the corners.
Murphy the handoff. No room really for Cassidy.
See Bridgewater again just closing up every single gap that you see here. Looks like Cassidy gets the handoff. 52, 55. Everyone comes up and makes the tackle. It was number 40 who made the tackle. That's Sylvia, but still you see Vasquez, everyone up there just filling up those gaps, nowhere to go.
Cassidy squeezed out 2 on the run. 2nd down and 8. Murphy, snap was slightly high. He hands it off yet again. And this time Cassidy gets even less room.
See 55 Cataldo here immediately sheds the block. It's right in the backfield. This Bridgewater defensive line has been amazing.
Both defensive lines have really performed above their pay grade so far this afternoon. It was a big play by Dan Cataldo. He can make more than a couple of those when he needs to. Bucks lose a yard on the play, and it's 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9. Looks like they got receivers flexed out to the right here. Might look to take a shot.
Looking for the air. Here it is just outside the hands of Vieira.
Yeah, you see the Buccaneers came out in a little bunch here. Tried to get a pick play, get Vieira open. wasn't able to happen, so they're going to punt this ball away. You see these two receivers split off. Not a bad play, but just unable to hold on to that one.
Same cast of characters on the punt. Mulligan delivering for the Bucks. Donovan receiving for the Bears. Good punt from Mulligan. He's sending that one deep. Donovan had no idea. He's trying to roll back, and he's just going to let that one fall. And the Bucks will pick it up around the 11 or 12.
I mean, that was a boot. I mean, you could say the MVPs of this game besides the defenders. I mean, these punters and kickers have just been putting the ball right where it needs to be.
Adam Couch is receiving some stretching on the sideline over here, working with the athletic trainer. No word yet as to his status. He has not come back into the game since an early injury.
He definitely looks better than before. The last time we saw him, he was on crutches and he had one of his cleats off.
That's true.
I believe that was on the same leg, so we might see Couch come back in. And I'm interested to how
he is two-shoed.
He is two-shoed now.
Cahoon the handoff. Here's a solid run for first down yardage and then some, and trying to break away. A huge bite for Isaiah Wright.
I was wondering what Bridgewater was going to do now. You had Cahoon go down. Pointer was shaken up after that last drive, and they go to Wright, and again, next man up for Bridgewater, able to break this out to the outside. It really gets Bridgewater really out of their own back end after that great punt.
Fresh set of downs for the Bears. Wright picks up 23 on the run. It worked so well, let's do it again. Wright scoops his way across.
And right back to him.
And they're giving him the first down.
Isaiah Wright right up the middle. Makes a great cut here in the middle, finds the gap. She's able to get that first down.
Back-to-back first downs on the floor for Isaiah Wright. A sophomore from Worcester, Mass. Comes in averaging 18.4 a game total. Third time wasn't the charm, though.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to go on this one. Try and hand it off to him.
Right on the carry.
Maritime sniffed this one out this time, so really nowhere to go. Got hit pretty much immediately when he touched the ball.
He'll go down for a loss, and it brings up 2nd and 13. Bears trying to keep up the momentum as best they can. Half a minute to go in the third quarter. Cahoon in danger, trying to dump it off, finally leaves it with Kopecky. And Kopecky will stretch ahead for 3 or 4.
Yeah, Cahoon felt the pressure immediately on this one. Pressure gets right to him. That was the design, though.
Would you believe that that pressure came from Hugh Wells?
I would, actually. It's a great job of Cahoon, though. Pressure right in his face. He's able to just dump that one off.
3rd and 7. Kopecky was able to chew up 3. And the quarter comes to a close.
That's the end of the quarter. I was going to mention it. We were mid-play, so we saw Pointer getting worked on the sideline, and he had a cleat off for a second, which is the same thing we saw with Cahoon. I believe he's getting a foot worked on right now, but seems to be in good spirit. He went over to the sideline, or to the bleacher, sorry, for a second to talk to someone, and then he walked back over. So we might see Pointer coming back in, might not. We'll see.
A return for Pointer would be a considerable boon on the ground game for Bridgewater State. We'll see how it proceeds. 15 minutes left to go. This one's been a real slog on the offensive end. 3-0 Bears.
Said it earlier, this game is a throwback to the first ever Cranberry Bowl in 1979, ended 8-3. Same type of defensive energy we have for this one.
8-3 might be an improvement if you're an offensive coordinator for either one of these teams. 8-3 would feel like a real gift, a real treasure.
It's a big third down for Bridgewater, too. Looks like they got 3rd down and 6 or 7. We'll see what we'll say on your screen at home. But, again, Cahoon, senior captain, looking to make a mark. As you mentioned, he won the MVP for this game last year.
And the Bears won the game, of course.
Struggled so far here today. We'll see if he can really bring this one back, get this energy in the fourth quarter.
Bears looking to make it a 2-year streak. Didn't play in 2020 owing to the pandemic. Cahoon in the air, looking, hits his man, big shot to Nocera, and he's going! First touchdown of the day, and it belongs to Michael Nocera.
This was a great route from Nocera, and Cahoon just delivered a strike. You know, we mentioned it right on cue. We mentioned Cahoon really needed to get something going this game, and that's the perfect way you do it. So your senior captain able to just fire this ball in. And those are the first points of the game. We'll take a look at it here. Cahoon just dropping back. Pressure comes, he delivers a strike. Able to make one guy miss and just get upfield, and no one's gonna catch him from that point on.
Call it 6 for the Crusher from Cumberland. Cahoon from Buzzards Bay laying a little revenge at the feet of his hometown school. Extra point is up and good for Naso.
Bridgewater makes this a 2-possession game now. It's a massive touchdown. Finally, the end zone is found.
And it only took us 3 quarters and
change. Only three.
10-0 Bridgewater State. Pretty much all of the fourth quarter to go, but they stand in front. And there's the magic man, Mike Nocera. Nocera happy to pick up his 5th touchdown of the season. No bigger day to do it than the Cranberry Bowl.
We'll see how Maritime responds now to this. A lot has been on the ground game, but now you're down 2 possessions. You still have a whole quarter of football. We'll see if they air it out a little bit more, try to take some more shots downfield.
The onus is going to be on Mark Murphy to make some magic happen. Drake on the kickoff. Dyer and Vieira deep. It's up. Lands with Dyer. And he is smothered at about the 20.
Heard a reaction from the crowd. Didn't like that one. It was hit a little bit high here, but let's see. I didn't think watching this live it warranted a horse collar, but you know what? Maybe.
Evan Dyer, the senior from East Bridgewater, getting a little bit of a possible revenge call there.
Update on Bridgewater's running back situation. You see Pointer actually running a little bit on the sideline here. So we'll see if anything updates with that as we have Maritime now trying to answer from the Bridgewater touchdown.
Murphy the handoff. And it works. Breaking through is Johnson. Another explosive run. And he handily picks up first down.
It's a great first cut he makes here. He sees the hole, he shoots it, and he just upfield from there. It's cut at the second level. It's a great run.
First and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Bucks have already worked their way up to the Bears' 37. Fresh set of downs. Murphy needs that energy. Another handoff again to Jael Johnson, but he'll go down for a loss this time.
I believe that was, I think Vasquez that was there first, but again, you see he tries to make a cut into the hole. It's stuffed this time.
Vasquez and Cataldo both. 2 big linemen you do not want to mess with. Vasquez, however, gets the lion's share of it. Loss of 2 on the play for the Buccaneers. Second down and 12. Motion man was Vieira.
Oh, that's got to be PI.
That's just out of there.
Oh, wow. I thought we were going to see a PI on this one. It looks like he got hit before the ball even reached him, but referee disagrees. take another look at this. Oh, that's tight.
Word from the officials is incomplete. And just good coverage by Cody Sautome.
So 3rd down and long now for Maritime. Time is winding down in this game. You still have 13 minutes, but it's going to be interesting. And they will go to the air. I think he might have got the first down there. And they will give him the first down. Oh, that's a big play. Screen pass. He's good for a first down. Goes Cassidy. You see, flex right out, space, green grass, and Cassidy just down the sidelines. Hard to catch him.
Cassidy has typically been operating on the ground. We've alluded a couple times to some of the quirky plays that have come out of both of these offenses today, using running backs and wide receivers in places you wouldn't normally expect wide receivers or running backs to be used. This is just another example, really.
At both these teams just have wide receivers are willing to put everywhere.
Play action. Murphy sneaks through. Direct hit. That's pay dirt to Vieira, and it moves the chains.
Vieira's really been the receiving back for them. He had a drop earlier. You see Murphy play action. He's able to just step up in the pocket. Stuff breaks down, steps up and just delivers a strike. It's positive offense for Maritime.
Bucks offense working their way in. 1st and 10 from the Bears 31. Another throw, wrapped up. Ouch, right in. Brian Campagna, nighty-night.
I mean, this one's gonna hurt in the morning, that's for sure. Murphy tries to look around and just immediately stuffed.
Campagna, the senior from Canton, lays down some pain. Bucks lose 2, 2nd and 12. Murphy looking to course correct. Another pass play. Out there, direct shot. Who else but Jail Johnson, and that'll move him.
This was a great play. This is a great ball from Murphy too. You see Johnson flexed out wide. It looks like a defender actually tries to get a hand on this, but this ball is just perfectly placed right in the breadbasket, you would say. And Maritime close into the red zone now.
That defender was Sylvia, a valiant effort, but no match for some offensive heroics between Murphy and Johnson.
We've mentioned Souza, Medeiros. All these guys have been fantastic in coverage so far, but I mean, there was no getting a hand on that ball.
Murphy, why not throw it again? Up, misses everyone, incomplete. Well out of bounds.
Murphy's pass intended for number 30, Naylor, falls incomplete.
Naylor, the intended receiver there.
I don't buy that. That was a get rid of it throw.
Yeah. No, me neither, definitely. It was probably last read he had to go to and just had to chuck that one away.
2nd and 10. Murphy directing traffic. Vieira the motion man. Another pass. Incomplete. Just beyond the grasp of Sylvia.
We've seen this formation a ton from Maritime where they have the fullback, that's number 7. Some he actually runs a route and almost a dangerous throw there.
3rd and 10. Bucks are theoretically in field goal range if everything falls apart around them. They're hoping it doesn't come to that. They would hate to waste the longest drive of this half so far.
This is just screaming 4th down territory for me. So we'll see. Maybe they go run here. They do.
Hand off to Cassidy. And he gets very little. Probably about 3.
Actually, looks like they're going to bring the field goal unit on, I think.
This has been trouble. Kicking has not been Mass Maritime's strong suit so far today.
Definitely not. In theory, when you're thinking about this, you know, from the scoreboard, you're going to need the 3 anyway. So I hope your defense can make a stop. It's all about converting the 3, though.
Epifano trying to make good, and it's fumbled by the holder. Bears recovered it.
I think the holder here just lost a snap. Yeah, he just loses it.
It escapes the hands of the holder, the backup QB, Gavin Housechild.
Sylvia falls right on that one immediately, too, so. I mean, you got to wonder, the field goal unit has been messy for Mass Maritime, but they try and give him a shot in the 4th quarter.
High drama. Bears take back over in their own end, but with a considerable advantage. Words are failing me. 10-0 Bears with under 10 to play in the game.
Cahoon in an empty set here. Sends a man in motion.
Motion man is right.
I believe that was Maritime that jumped there. Someone right on the defensive line.
Bears are convinced that is the case. Zebras will confer, and we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, by Cahoon's reaction, I think this is going the other way now.
False snap. False start. 67 offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, you heard Cahoon listening in there, heard the call and just threw his head up. So he figured that one was going the other way, but Bridgewater backed up a little bit.
Official didn't single anyone out. That's going to be 5 extra yards tacked onto this down. Cahoon getting his instructions. 1st and 15 for Bridgewater. Play action. Looking for a pass, dumps it with Kopecky. And he'll pick up what was lost on the penalty, but not much more.
Yeah, we've seen this play a couple of times now. Getting play action. Cahoon rolls out in space and just delivers a nice ball. Kopecky was able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
Bears looking for a little bit more pep, but if they can escape this with a win, and they're in position to do so if they hang on.
And they got the scoop.
Cahoon, direct shot to Nocera. He'll pick that up handily. And Nocera is still down on the sideline.
That's unlucky. You hate to see that, but again, same type of thing. Play action. Nocera makes a nice move. Makes it look like he's going inside. Good ball from Cahoon, and yeah, I might have just fell on something wrong here.
Non-contact injury. He's shaken up a bit on the play, but up on his feet, talking to the trainer.
That's good to see, especially if you're Bridgewater. You've lost so many of your offensive weapons, and to lose another guy who scored your only touchdown today.
Last game of the regular season. This has been a bloodbath here, this Cranberry Bowl. Direct one. Here comes Wright. He's breaking, and he makes it across midfield. Isaiah Wright.
He's been explosive when the ball's been in your hand. Look at this first cut that he makes, too. He gets the ball right in the hole, puts his head down, and he makes one more, and then he just gets upfield. It's a great job by Wright. He has been really shifty when the ball's been in his hands so far. And like we said, it went from Couch to Pointer to now Wright, just next man up.
Steps his way into Buccaneer territory, 1st and 10. Another Mazcat game on your screen. Fitchburg is getting the work from Westfield, 29-0. UMass Dartmouth, they're kind of a juggernaut. No surprise, they're up in the 3rd at Plymouth State.
A lot of Mazcat matchups today.
But are any of them quite as juicy as the Cranberry Bowl, though, when you think about it?
I would argue they are not. Nothing like the, good old rivalry.
Isaiah Wright was not able to repeat the feat, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And who doesn't want the scoop?
Bears are in possession of it. They'd like to keep custody, and they're in good position to do so. 7:45 to play in the game. They're up 10-0. But first, they have to work their way out of a 2nd and 10 at the Buccaneers 48. Cahoon goes down for a loss. That'll be right at midfield.
Worth noting that there was a tweet last night that went around from Big Game Boomer, and it was the best game day atmosphere in every state for this weekend. And the game that they chose for Massachusetts was Bridgewater State University, and Bridgewater put that out on their Twitter too. So, this rivalry game means a lot.
Maybe I'm biased. I'm completely unsurprised.
Just a little biased.
Cahoon didn't get a whole lot of atmosphere, no breathing room at all on this one, really. He lost a yard on the keeper.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. So you got a 3rd down. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe just run it here. 7 minutes left. You got a 2-possession game. Maybe just burn some clock. But you do have Cahoon out there, so he's very well able to convert this 1st down with his arm.
Bucks have taken their first timeout of the 2nd half. And they find themselves, correction, their 2nd, in fact. Graphic just switched up on me. Silly goose. So Buccaneers with 7.5 left in the game have only 1 timeout at their disposal. Bears have all 3 of theirs. They lead 10-0. 3rd and 11 coming up for Bridgewater, though.
3rd and 11 from the 49-yard line.
From within their own territory, so they say. Cahoon looking for airtime.
He's got green grass here.
Oh, he's got a lot. Trying to roll up. He'll slide just shy of the 1st down. Probably about 2 yards separating him and the line to gain.
Cahoon hasn't been afraid to show off his legs so far today. You see it here again. He looks to drop back, tries to go to his right, and right when he started going here, there's just so much green grass, you have to take it. Get pressure from Wells.
Cahoon, who did not have a rush for a loss in the 1st half. He's putting in the stuff. They're going to give him a little bit more, and it's 4th and 1. He stays out there. Bears have yet to convert on 4th down today. It's really been a bloodbath for both teams on 4th down.
I like this call.
Cahoon looking for the pass. Danger, Will Robinson. It's incomplete. What a lot of pressure by Mac Brown. Another Louisianan, and it pays off for the Buccaneers.
I was about to say, I love this call from Bridgewater. You get your senior out there, try and make a play, ice more clock, but
Brown poked right through.
Yeah, just unable to make a play happen there. Bridgewater defense has been great. It is still a 2-possession game, so I don't mind the 4th down call to go for it there.
Turnover on downs, and the Buccaneers will take right back over at their own 40. Correction, at their own 39.
It's got 6 minutes now if you're Maritime. You got to punch one into the end zone here.
Murphy.
That's the way you want to start to drive right here. Murphy getting the play action. Little curl route here on the left side.
And that one to Naylor. And it worked. 1st down. Buccaneers, as you see on your screen, have not gone without scoring in a game since 2018. They're trying to avoid that here, but they're at risk. Murphy in the air again. Another 1st down, and it's again Naylor.
Really the same type of play, same type of concept. You see here, play action again. Looks right to the curl at Naylor and hits him, 1st down.
Just 11 on the reception. Death by 1,000 cuts as they work their way through 1st downs. Fresh set from the Bridgewater State 40.
Same formation they've run the past couple of plays. This time they run it.
Handoff. They leave that one with Cassidy. That was a mess.
So Mass Maritime has, again, loved this formation where they get a tight end fullback out there blocking first, and Cassidy tipped by pretty much the entire defensive line of Bridgewater there. Able to pick up, looked like it was 6.
Yep. 2nd and 4 coming up from between the Bridgewater State 35 and 34. Another handoff again to Cassidy, and he's not even going to get what he got the first time. Ouch.
Yeah, he got cracked right out of bounds. And you can see on this one, Bridgewater doesn't fall for it this time. Handoff goes. Cassidy tries to bounce this one out wide. It was great pressure. But
Cassidy may, in fact, have lost one. Yes, indeed. They lose 2.
he gets absolutely cracked by Silvio on the sideline.
Third and 5, but it's looking an awful lot closer to 3rd and 6. Definitely the high end of that 5 to gain. Play action. Murphy swallowed up.
Same guy who made the play before.
Steven Sylvia, huge, huge sack.
You're gonna look at this. Silvio just shoots right up the middle. Sorry, he comes up from the left side, makes his way back to the middle, goes unblocked, and
Murphy had no idea what hit him.
Didn't even look like the design there. It looks like he was trying to go to the left side, saw the gap in the middle. I'll take this right here.
4th and 12.
Offense staying out there.
Murphy's going to try something. They need it. 3.5 to play in the game. Bears lead 10-0.
Biggest play of the game right here.
Murphy trying to run through. Swallowed up. Cataldo. Couple others. Loses even more.
And your big-time players.
An enormous turnover on downs.
It's your big-time players making the big-time plays. We've said their names before. Cataldo here. Looks like he makes first contact, and it's like Campagna comes over to be the janitor and clean up the rest. And that's just great job from Bridgewater.
Some help from Cleveland there on the play as well. Cataldo and Jonathan Cleveland with maybe the biggest play of this game. Bears take over on downs, up 10-0. 3:21 to play in regulation.
3:20 left and 2-possession game, and that's how close you are for Bridgewater, upping their record in this bowl game.
Handoff to Wright, and he'll pick up about 4. Bears with a win would see their all-time series record improve to 35-12-1. They would improve to 17-5 against Mass Maritime here in Bridgewater.
I believe they'd start up a 3-game win streak at that point too. Longest win streak that Bridgewater has had in this Cranberry Bowl is 13, and that lasted from 97 to 2009.
Mass Maritime has not won this matchup since 2017, has not been shut out in any game since 2018. But with just about 2.5 minutes left in the game, they find themselves in a 10-zip hole, and they're in real danger. 2nd and 7. Another handoff, again to Wright. He's going to chew up a lot. Will he get the first down?
Looks like referee signaling to move the chains.
They say yes. Another conversion for Isaiah Wright.
Since Wright has come in this game, he's done a great job of making people miss and able to say, as a running back coach says, get skinny in that hole.
We talk a lot about development, you know, freshmen like Donovan. Here's another young guy, Wright, the sophomore. Someone they're going to be relying on the ground game for a couple years to come now here at Bridgewater State, no doubt about it.
Yeah, definitely happy for Bridgewater to see a young guy like that, especially be able to step up in a Cranberry Bowl and make the plays that he's made.
Sub 2 minutes in the game, Bears up 10-0. 1st and 10. Another handoff to Wright. It worked the first time. It's not as fruitful this time. He picks up about 2.
Number 3, right on the carry.
Game plan stands for Bridgewater here. Same exact thing. Run the ball. Last time out gets taken. Yeah, you got to run the ball here. Burn the rest of this clock down. Don't make a mistake. And exactly what Wright does. Fakes like he's bouncing that one to the outside. Just runs it up the gut.
Last time out of the half taken by Mass Maritime. Hoping for perhaps divine intervention to come back from down 10-0 and avoid being shut out for the first time since 2018. But the Bears have been fighting hard. I mean, the score speaks for itself. What a defensive fight this has been. And credit as well, I want to say, for all the smack we might appear to be talking, we're really not. Credit as well to this Mass Maritime defense that has really given a heck of a lot of work to Bridgewater State today. They have fought tooth and nail for the one field goal and one touchdown that make up those 10 points.
100%. We saw Cahoon absolutely just lit them up last time, threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Not even close.
Yeah,
not even close
not
today.
Not even close today. 3 interceptions, I believe, and while Cahoon has thrown a touchdown, they definitely have given him problems compared to last time. This defense has been balling out for sure, and Cahoon is no slouch at a quarterback back there too. He's your 4th-year senior.
4th play of the drive. Another handoff to right. One-way ticket to Nowheresville, USA. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, again, following the game plan here, get Isaiah right. Get him right up that gut, just try and wind this clock down, and it's probably exactly what they're going to do. I actually wonder if they're going to go maybe through the air here with Cahoon's arm, because a first down seals the game indefinitely at that point. They just take a knee.
This thing has been bottled up at the Mass Maritime 40-yard line for a couple of plays now.
This Mass Maritime's best chance is going to be to get this stop.
One more first down would spell doom.
Oh, looks like there was some movement.
Flag on the play with under a minute. Bears sure do think it's Mass Maritime.
I feel like they're going to call neutral zone on this. It was interesting because it didn't look like there was much movement on the Bridgewater side, but then a Mass Maritime player jumped up and pointed, which I think might be the foul.
Are we really surprised by that, though?
No.
Linemen are always given the pointing.
Defense causing a reaction by the offense. Since it's a dead ball foul, it's the clock within the last minute. It results in a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock, 48 seconds.
So that takes even more time off the clock for Mass Maritime. Yeah, if you were watching closely the offensive line, there didn't look like there was much movement. And then a lot of the defensive linemen on Mass Maritime jumped up. If you look at this offensive line, so they jump, and then the offensive lineman points. And that is a penalty.
Usually they say, you know, it's never the first guy who gets caught, it's always the second guy. That was not the case here.
Definitely wasn't. Bridgewater might have gotten away with that one. I thought it was reversed at first, but...
What was 3rd and 8 becomes 3rd and 3 with half a minute to go in the game. Bears have pretty much sewn this one shut, looking for one last first down. And Wright is bottled up really hard. Wow. Huge TFL there, taking him back to the original line of scrimmage.
It's going to wind us down, however, though. So that 10-second runoff was the complete difference there. As time's going to run down, you see celebration on the Bridgewater sideline. And that penalty ended up being the difference of Mass Maritime getting the ball back.
Well, it was eventful on the defensive end. Not a ton of scoring, but for Bridgewater State, it was just enough. Their record against Mass Maritime all-time improves to 35-12-1, 17-5 here in Bridgewater. And they have won back-to-back Cranberry Bowls. What a game it was. Your final score, Bridgewater State 10, Mass Maritime 0. The Bucks suffer their first shutout since 2018, and Bridgewater will retain custody of the scoop.
I mean, this was just a dogfight overall from both teams. The definition of a dogfight, actually, you had interceptions, you had blocked kicks. And, I mean, there was offense in this game. It's not that it was a terrible offensive game and we're just saying it was an offensive battle.
It was a defensive fight.
It was a defensive fight. These defenses balled out. You saw, I believe it was Souza who was able to, or not Souza, I'm sorry. Zachary Souza, who was able to get his 2 interceptions.
And Jack Mulligan as well with an interception and a blocked field goal attempt.
You saw him make that athletic play in the very first half, able to just pick that ball right out of the air. So this has been a defensive battle for sure. It wasn't just the offenses weren't able to perform. So you see celebration here, celebrating their seniors, able to get one last win in this Cranberry Bowl.
Senior Day here at Swenson Field. Cranberry Bowl Day here at Swenson Field. And we got our money's worth on both counts, no doubt.
Definitely did. Notable players to mention on that defense. I mean, Hugh Wells, the entire game, he was getting sacks, pressure.
Wells had a whole lot going for him on the defensive end. Cataldo as well for the Bears.
You had the running backs, you had Jaleel Johnson and Cassidy. Both had great plays when they were in there. And again, you know, the running backs got really short for Bridgewater for the long period of time there. You had Cahoon go down early. Pointer took the load for the rest of the game, and then Pointer goes down. Then you have a young sophomore, Isaiah Wright, able to step up, and he was electric when he was on there.
The scoop is on the field. The Eagle has landed. And we'll be staying with you here for just a couple of minutes as the presentation of the scoop back to Bridgewater State gets underway. A really interesting tradition. I was talking to you before this game, Will, and a couple of other members of our crew, David and Zach, about, you know, why the heck do they call it the Cranberry Bowl? Why the heck do they give a scoop? This could not be more southeastern Massachusetts.
Exactly.
With a name like the Cranberry Bowl and a prize like the scoop.
Exactly. This was the first Cranberry Bowl SEC. The scoop being held up. This is the first Cranberry Bowl that I've actually covered with Bridgewater Sport Network here. So I was a little bit confused on, you know, why do they call it the scoop? And you mentioned that. It's just, you know, it's the very New England thing. They're announcing the MVP, I think, here.
That's BSU President Fred Clark on your right.
The real MVP.
That's Bears head coach Joe Veria on your left.
This year's recipient of the Lee Harrington Most Valuable Player Award is from BSU. He had 9 tackles, 7 solo, 1 sack, 3 tackles for a loss, and a fumble recovery. That goes to senior captain linebacker number 40, Steven Sylvia.
That's Steven Sylvia. Not a shock.
No surprise there.
Steven Sylvia with some clutch plays is your Lee Harrington Trophy winner here at this Cranberry Bowl.
Celebrating with Fred Clark. I mean, you love to see that. But, I mean, Sylvia, I couldn't think of a guy more deserving. I mean, he made clutch play after clutch play. Another guy worth mentioning, like I said, was Souza, you know, getting those 2 interceptions. But Sylvia, he had that big play on 3rd down, getting the sack. He was laying down the boomstick all day.
A lot of defensive heroics on both ends. That might be why we're looking at such an empty scoreboard. But the Bears come away with the shutout victory.
Most definitely. Everyone on this defense just balled out. Vasquez was in there getting pressure. Cataldo had a lot of tackles for loss. And I believe he might have thrown in a sack in there. Maybe half a sack. They gave it to him with Campagna, but still just a great game overall. And, you know, love to see these seniors playing their last game, and especially a guy like Sylvia who played his heart out, able to get the MVP.
A big shout out to all the Bears seniors. Kion Gilzine Tucker, Michael Nocera, Kyle Torres, Charles Pizzelli, James Cahoon, Jaron Alves, Dustin Berkeley, Chonley Sine, Nathan Oliver, William Pointer, Steven Sylvia, our Harrington Trophy winner, Jack Zawalik, Brendan Albert, James Fontaine, Josh Leager, Dan Cataldo, Robert Marshall, Sean Howe, Patrick Quinn, Alexander Byron, Matt Byer, Brandon Gaffaro, Brian Campagna, Jonathan Cleveland, and Lewis Casey.
Hey, what a class that this entire the senior class was. Great careers at Bridgewater. And I believe because they didn't play the game in 2022, that class, the 2023 senior class, I don't think they lost a single Cranberry Bowl. I believe they won in 2019. 2020 wasn't played. They won in 2021, and now they win here. So that senior class, I guess technically, even though it was only 3 games, you could say went undefeated in the Cranberry Bowl. Is a hard-fought battle. You see number 6, Mark Murphy, back there, who played a very good game today.
Murphy tried his heart out. I would hardly fault Mark Murphy for the result today. We've emphasized repeatedly how much of a real duel it was between these defenses, and that remains true.
That defense did not make it easy on him at all. And still, he had a lot of great plays. He had to be nearly perfect on a lot of his throws, and he did make some of them, so definitely a hard-fought game. You see celebration here on the middle of The Swenson pitch, holding the scoop.
You'll notice the crowd is now charging the field. Sorry about that, folks. No celebration quite that lively at the end. I don't think the MazCac would like it very much.
I don't think they would. We're not doing a Tennessee thing here. The goalposts will be staying at Swenson Field.
Yeah.
I don't even know where they would take it. To the woods in Bridgewater? Who knows? I'm not trying to find out.
University Park, maybe.
You're rating University Park.
Well, the scoop is firmly in Bridgewater State hands. A big, big win for the Bears here today.
See Torres holding it. Another player who just played his heart out today.
Kyle Torres, one of those seniors.
What a way to wrap up his career at Bridgewater. Cahoon, too. Cahoon had a tough day, but, you know, still able to get the last win.
Cahoon managed to make it work. He met a lot of resistance. Mass Maritime didn't let him get it for free.
Definitely not. He made plays when it mattered. It was tough for him. I mean, touchdown to interception ratio was 0-3 until he came to that first quarter, and he threw that touchdown pass. So definitely a tough game for him, but I mean, that's why you have a guy like that, a senior captain experience. And it was pretty much right on cue, right when I was giving him props of, you know, he's had a tough game. This is an older guy. He's been in the system for a while. Right on cue, he came and he threw that touchdown.
A win in the books for the Bears, another one in this age-old rivalry. No doubt will continue for years to come. And that's all she wrote. Your final score, Bears 10, Buccaneers 0. A huge win for Bridgewater State in the 43rd Annual Cranberry Bowl presented by A&A Metro Transportation. I'm Matt Donahue.
And I'm Will Nicholson.
Thanks for joining us here on the Bears Sports Network on BTV. And remember that every day, and particularly this day, is a great day to be a Bear. Take care, folks.